What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or if you are new here, welcome. I am the Wolfman, and I am proud to be joined by my esteemed panel today of awards experts. We are here. It is finally that time. We have come down to our final Oscar nomination predictions. This is it. Good as gold, people. There can be no more after this. We can't make any more. This is dead set. We are dead to rights right now. So I'm excited to do this. And of course, I'm not alone in predicting these. I've got a bunch of awesome awards experts, including for the first time on Awards Roundtable, we can finally give it up for Chadwick Webb. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been a while. You guys wanted me to come on here for a little bit. I don't know if I'm an expert per se. I like doing it. I'm okay at it, and I'm looking forward to having fun either way.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely glad to have you on here because we need that like fifth voice to be like the tiebreaker in case we ever get to tying tonight and everything. Since there's 5 of us. And I'll explain out how it will go here for the audience in just a sec. But you guys have also seen him on here once already, and he is back again to predict the Oscars this time. Welcome, Jonathan. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Yes, I'm stuck here because of the storm across the country. But you know what? All things are well right now. This is probably the wackiest award season in a little bit, and I can't wait to get to the more unpredictable categories. And maybe this was one of them. But so let's have some fun.
Oh yeah. This is, to me, I've not been this excited about an awards race in quite a bit, because maybe not since 2020. Because in 2020 was when we had all the craziness of a different actress winning every award show or something, and you didn't know which actress was going to take home the main Oscar and such. So like there was some crazy stuff that happened during that time, but then it's like ever since then, it's getting pretty predictable up until this year again. So I'm excited. There's a few categories that are predictable. We'll get to those. We'll fly through those, but and of course Tristan and Ross are on here as always. Thank you guys for coming on. So basically how this will work is we are going to do it kind of consensus style. If you've ever seen FYC, check those guys out. They're awesome. If you've ever seen that, they basically do it where they'll come to a person and we'll say like, all right, Chad, we'll start off with you, for example. What is a film that you want to predict in this category? And then they'll give a nomination, and then we all try to talk about it and discuss it and see if that's something we would say yes to or no to, basically, and come to that consensus by the end for each category. And we can even bring up stuff that we would like to see nominated, like right before we give our prediction or something like that. If you briefly want to mention, for example, like a Keith Kuffner for Ghost Light is someone I would want to, like, if you want to say that or something, and then right before you give like a best actor nomination, then you are totally at free to do that. But we're starting off with some of the like more tech categories, and we're going to work our way to picture. We're doing all the categories except for shorts, because I feel like really none of us are that familiar with the shorts categories. Like it's kind of like I don't really follow those. I always get them wrong too. I'm like maybe get 2 right when I do predict them when the Oscars happen. So I can never really predict them honestly. So we'll just go through all the major categories for you guys, and then maybe when I do the actual live stream in the morning on Thursday morning to react to the Oscar nominations, maybe I do have them listed. Maybe I can give you my predictions for shorts or something like that. But it's one of those things where it's not super necessary for this show. Anyways, starting off with sound, I'm excited to discuss this. One of the biggest most important aspects to a film, which is sound. So, Chad, we'll work our way down the ladder since you're new here. We'll start with you, and we'll work our way up. And what's a film that you want to speak on or nominate that you think has a strong chance or in sound?
Yeah, I think that one of the clear predicted nominees should be Dune Part 2.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so you're all of us are in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that scene with the mines.
Yeah.
How glorious that sound was.
Oh yeah. Oh, and dude, when I went to go see it in IMAX, literally my chair was like vibrating, and I was like, "Whoa,
That's
what
nothing.
I was like,
That's
"What kind
nothing. You know why?
of is this?" I was like, "This
No.
is crazy."
40x. I saw it in 40x.
Oh, yeah, that's
And then the scene was literally like falling. I almost falling out of my chair. That's how much my chair was shaking.
jeez. Yeah, no, it's great. I definitely think that it has a strong potential to win this category, but we shall see. I think there is an argument to be made there.
Yeah.
What about you, Jonathan? What's one you wanted to throw out there?
Yeah. So yeah, tonight I'm not predicting wins. I'm just predicting nominations. So I think that one is the leading contender for me though. But the one I think should be locked in now is A Complete Unknown, giving the the musical scenes when Bob Dylan is performing on stage. I mean, it's electric and it's vibrant. It's vibrating and yeah.
What do y'all think of A Complete Unknown? Do y'all think that yes or no? Ross, what do you think?
Yep. Yes, definitely. Yes.
And Tristan, what do you think on that?
I say yes. Really great editing. I think it's honestly like a really close second front runner to Dune to win.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. I think that they love nominating these music films in sound. Like they've done it with A Star Is Born. They do it with they did it with Bohemian Rhapsody, other films like that. They love nominating these music films in this category. So I definitely think that is a definite. What about you, Chad? Are you in agreement?
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan made a good case for it. I also have it in my personal prediction, and it just makes a lot of sense. So yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, 100% agree. All right, Ross, which one do you got for us?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Wicked.
Wicked. All right.
Because that mixing, like when she sings about the western skies, literally that reverb. Like in the songs, like some musicals, like where they don't know how to do it, like the sound. Wicked, you could actually almost hear it perfectly. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, what do you think, Tristan?
Yeah, I think Wicked also. The musical numbers, of course, sound great, but I think just the sound throughout sounds really cool. Like when they're in the One Short Day sequence and you're hearing like the train whistle and all the sounds of Oz everywhere, the partying and everything, it really works. I might not put it in my personal top 5 for like best sound of the year, but it's going to be a movie that sweeps a lot of nominations this year. Like I don't think it's going to win a ton, but it's certainly going to be nominated a lot. And when they have a shot to nominate it, they're probably going to nominate it. So yeah, I say Wicked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is going to be a Wicked Palooza kind of deal. I'm not saying it's going to get into every category. I'm not saying like director, screenplay, all this type of stuff, but I think that you're going to see Wicked pop up in a lot of places. And don't be surprised if it's like the second or third most like nominated film or something that day. And so I think sound is definitely going to be a big aspect to it. What about you, Chad?
Yeah, Wicked's one of my favorites, and I also have it in my personal predictions. You guys made a really great case for it. I think it's a similar kind of thing to A Complete Unknown. I mean, I think a lot of musical type movies are going to get into sound.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree with that, Jonathan. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it should be in the 5. One of the 5.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tristan, you got one for us?
I've got one for you guys. I knew I'd be the first one to bring this up on the show. I feel like you guys teed me up to be the first one to mention Amelia Perez. I think Amelia Perez getting in. We talked about how they love to nominate musicals, and this has like all kinds of crazy sounding musical numbers and like a really diverse soundscape. So I think it's getting in.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. I have it in my 5. I don't understand what the appeal of the sound is. Now, again, I didn't see it in the theater. I might see it in the theater when they do the Best Picture in marathons, and maybe I understand what the hype on the sound is. But on Netflix, the sound design wasn't like super impressive to me. But I think at this point, it's just going to be over-nominated. I think it's just one of those, we just have to live with it. And so, yeah.
I will say it does play a lot better in the theater. I watched it on Netflix and I thought it was like fine and all right, and I like parts of it. And then I went and saw it at the theater like a week ago or so, and I liked it significantly more. So I feel like that probably shows like why some of this festival buzz was so high, because I feel like if you're watching it in that environment, the sound and that kind of stuff probably plays a lot better than it does on Netflix.
Yeah, no, you're probably right there. Chad, what do you think on sound for Amelia Perez?
Amelia Perez. Yeah, I think Amelia Perez is definitely going to get in there. I mean, it's an industry favorite as we've seen, and even like going back to 2018, back when it was sound mixing and sound editing split, Bohemian Rhapsody won both. So
perfect. Jonathan, what do you think?
That exclamation point disturbs me. Anyway, so
that's for you.
Unfortunately, yes, it will get in. I did watch it on television, even though I don't like the movie. There are a few moments where the sound was actually very strong, especially in a few musical performances, like the Selena Gomez musical moment there. So yes, and that's rightfully 4th. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, no, and then what about you, Ross?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah,
not my favorite. But...
So it's a clean sweep. We all agree with Amelia Perez.
Yeah, we all agree it's a great movie, deserving of all nominations.
No.
Agree on all that.
I did not ask this last time. Did you actually like it?
I do like Amelia Perez.
Okay.
Like I'm not putting it in my top 5 or anything, but like I thought it was a good movie with a lot of fun stuff going on.
All right.
But there's flaws. There's significant flaws.
Yeah. He also just likes to see the world burn, though.
That's a big part.
Yeah,
of it.
because
I'm a chaos agent.
Some of the
like,
world
I
is
remember
burning
like
right now, so I don't know if you want to add to that.
I think in 2021 though, I remember Trish said like he actually wanted Don't Look Up to win just to watch the world burn.
Yeah,
that would have been fun.
Oh man, but that's like, I bet you also wanted Bohemian Rhapsody to win just to see everyone's reaction to that.
You kind of got the upset win that year, so that was a maybe we'll get it again.
It is. My pick for sound. I was flip-flopping between 2. This would be the final one here. And I think at the end of the day, I'm going to go with this one because I personally would love to see it, but I also think it does stand a chance. And that is Alien Romulus. That's one I wanted to throw into the sound. What do you guys think? Starting with you, Chad. What do you think?
As much as I would love to see that, I'm not actually sure how many nominations that one's actually going to get. Just because it's got like the horror elements to it and stuff. It just has me like going like, I don't know if they're going to give Alien Romulus really anything other than maybe like visual effects or whatever. But I would love to see it, but I would probably say no on that one. I have a different one in my 5th spot. So
yeah, no, I totally understand that argument. What about you, Jonathan?
Same. I have a different 5th one that is not as predictable as you might think, given the odds. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no. If it were in my book, yes, it would be in my own personal sound ballad.
Yeah, I thought the sound was so good in that movie.
Yeah,
it was so good. And what are you, Ross?
I'm gonna say no, only because I think I have something else too. But I think it'd be really cool if it got nominated, not nominated, but no.
And what are you, Tristan?
I'm gonna join the chorus here and say it's not on my 5. I think it doesn't have like the wow moments of sound like the way that these other movies do, so it's not on my list for the 5.
I don't know. I was pretty wowed by the sound myself, but
Yeah, I was as well, but I just
Yeah.
don't think the Oscars are going to be wild.
No, but Mike, if it does, though, like if it gets any like Oscar nominations, I know something about like you should do.
what?
Put in the clip from your phone, that you have about the convention with the alien with the xenomorph.
Yes, I should do that. I should clip it in there. That'd be great. Then in that case, we got one more for sound. Chad, take us away. What do you think?
I'm not very extremely confident about it because I don't know if this movie is actually going to get anything now, but I have this in my 5. It seems like a type of movie that would get sound in general, even if it wasn't like a super beloved movie. Gladiator 2.
I also have Gladiator 2 on my list.
Jonathan, what do you think?
that wasn't the one I was referring to. I have a surprise.
Okay.
But that's like a very close 6th.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see if we get to that. But what are you, Ross? Do you have?
That's the one that I was gonna pick. Gladiator 2. Yeah. Like with the ships and the water, and then the animals and the clanging of the swords. Yeah. So yes, that would be my pick. Yes.
And what are you, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm also have a Gladiator on my list. I have one that is so close, but I'm kind of guessing that's going to be what he goes with. I'm curious to hear what the next one is here. But yeah, I'm thinking Gladiator 2. It's got like that big, huge scale that I think they would want to represent here, like Dune, similarly to Dune. So I think it's Gladiator 2, but I have one that's like neck and neck. I want to give it, but I want to hear his pick first. So let's see what you got, Jonathan.
So Jonathan, I am curious to hear what your other pick was and see if maybe you can convince us.
Yeah. You know what? It's fine putting Gladiator 2 because because the other one is the one that I think has great sound. I didn't love the movie, but it had great sound during its war sequences, and it's Blitz.
Yeah, that one is definitely a good pick there. I just feel like Blitz came and then it died. Like no one saw it. It was like it dropped on Apple TV. At least Gladiator 2 was like out for a week. People talked about it for a week and then they stopped talking about it. But like with something like Blitz, it like dropped on Apple TV Plus and nobody even talked about it that day. Like I was hearing no one really talk about it. It just completely flew under the radar. I would have it in because I saw it in a theater. I watched a film festival. I got to see it in theater with all the booming sound, and I thought that was really, really well done. But I just think that, I think it's kind of dead in the water, unfortunately, for most categories right now.
But I think the 5 that we picked,
that
I think that'll be fine. Look,
Jordan's on your side. He says Blitz for sound design. Stephen.
Like I said, I didn't love the movie, but the sound was impressive.
Yeah.
I will say that Blitz was my close call that I really, really, really wanted to get over Gladiator 2 because I think it does. Like Gladiator 2 and Dune might kind of like be eating the same pie here, and like they might think, oh, let's go for like a true war movie, like a 1917 type of movie. And I think Blitz sure has been shut out, but it got a sound nomination at the BAFTAs, which is like its only real big nomination. It was shortlisted by the Cinema Audio Society for 2025, so it's kind of sticking around, but only for sound, and that's why I have it on that 6th slot. And all day today, even like as you were starting, I was like going back and forth to where I was putting it on the list. So I kind of feel like we might want to stick it in there, give ourselves a little bit of like a nice little dark horse in our 5.
Well, I'll go around then the panel and see if y'all want to keep in Gladiator, or do y'all want to like try to put in Blitz and see if taking a risk, because there will be surprises at the Oscars. I don't know where, but there will be surprises.
You know what? Let's keep Gladiator 2.
But
Yeah.
all right.
Let's keep Gladiator 2.
I think that's a safe bet, because I feel like Gladiator 2 can get, at this point, it might get the Napoleon treatment,
Yeah,
like Napoleon did.
Ridley Scott,
yeah. Like the sound and maybe visual effects kind of do, but
yeah. All right,
yeah.
Let's move on.
So we're done with that category. So next up, do we want to? Speaking of visual effects, do you want to?
Wait, but you saying like we could talk about like a film that should be nominated, but isn't the film with the best sound of the year is not even on the short list, and that's Civil War.
That's true. That is very disappointing.
Or The Substance,
Yeah, I thought Civil War might have gotten in, and then it wasn't even short.
Yeah, those two for sure. But yeah.
Anyway, it's weird because Civil War made the short list for visual effects, but not for sound, which I thought was
weird.
Very odd. I was like, oh, okay. The visual effects weren't like the thing that stood out to me was the sound, but it is what it is. So yeah, for visual effects, since we're going up the ladder, we'll start off with you, Jonathan, this time. What do you have?
Dune Part 2. Enough said.
Absolutely.
Enough said. I mean, we could just say a quick yes and just move on.
Yeah,
I'll just go ahead and type that right now.
Just type it in. There's not even a debate there.
It should win. I mean, I think that's like the easiest, one of the easier wins.
For sure. That's super easy. What are you, Ross?
You mean my second pick? Okay. I'm actually gonna go with Twisters.
Ooh.
Okay, interesting.
I didn't think you were gonna go this route already.
Wow. Tristan, what do you think of Twisters?
About that.
I thought Twisters was okay, but I honestly thought like the VFX were not super impressive in it. Like it looked good, but when you watch the first Twister, you're kind of like mind blown, like how good it looks. Even when you rewatch it, like some of those Twister sequences really hold up. And I thought the visual effects were not particularly crazy good in Twisters, when the category is so stacked with really like mind-blowingly impressive and like groundbreaking effects. I just don't think that okay to good effects are going to make the cut here.
Yeah. I'm looking at my 5 and I'm kind of in agreement. I think that if there's an upset, I'm not going to necessarily be shocked that Twisters takes it, because the first Twister film did get nominated for Best Visual Effects. So it could just be kind of a passing of the torch thing. Like, hey, we nominated the first Twister, let's nominate the second one. So that could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But for now, I'm probably going to say a slight no. What are you, Chad?
I'm on the fence about this one. I think there are like kind of 4 that are like really solid, and then there's that 5th spot, and then I have a different one in the 5th spot, but I would not be surprised if Twisters got in there, specifically because of what you said, Wolfman, is that the first one got nominated, and I really liked the Twisters, and I thought that the effects were really great. But yeah, I have a different one in the 5th spot, or so I'll say a slight no as well.
Cool. All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was going to say a slight yes, because there is that 5th one that is statistically the odds on favor for that 5th spot, but in comparison, actually it's kind of pretty bad compared to Twisters.
Yeah.
I think, hint, wink, wink.
Well, we'll see what that is, because it looks like majority rules that I don't think Twisters is going to make the cut, but we can always come back to it, though, if we're like running out of spots or whatever, and we can't really come up with something else, then we can always come back to Twisters.
Remember, this is one of the short lists, so
it is.
We don't have many to choose from.
That's true.
That's the only reason. Yeah.
What are you, Tristan? What's the one that you want to throw
I'm
out
going
there?
with Wicked. I think Wicked is just going to be a big favorite, like you've talked about, and the effects are good, in parts. And I think it's been criticized a little bit for some of the coloring and stuff like that, but I don't think that kind of criticism really manifests itself at the Academy. Well, I think they're having a good time with Wicked. It's a really vibrant and colorful movie, so it's getting in.
Agreed.
You know what? Yeah, I think that's
let's move along on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a quick one.
Yeah, that is. I think we're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much debate. And I think we're all going to be in agreement here when I say my pick, which is, I think this is a quick one too. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a really absolute easy one. Chad, which one do you want to throw out there?
All right, so wait.
We got 2 more slots.
Okay, we got 3, so 2 more. All right, so I'm gonna go with the one that I was thinking of in the 5th spot over Twisters, and this one might have a little bit more of debate, but we kind of just talked about it. Alien Romulus, and my case for it is that if you look back in the history, you said Twister was nominated, so that's why Twisters might be, but also Alien, Aliens. And I know you guys are thinking, well, those are like much better movies. Those are like classics. But Prometheus was also nominated. So I'm like, Alien Romulus had some pretty great visual effects in it. I know there's the one thing that everybody's going to harp on, which is the Ian Holm thing. And I think if it loses out, maybe that might be the one thing that prevents it. But I think other than that, everything is pretty damn great. But I realize that it might not be like super likely. So what do you guys think?
Yeah. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, this was not the one, but I did. Yeah, some of these special effects were really good. Unfortunately, yeah, like I'm looking at the odds of like, unfortunately, it's not set for stone for sure for the nomination. It's like a wild card pick, but yeah, unfortunately, it has to be a no. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, Alien Romulus should get more love than it deserved to get.
Agreed, but at least it made a few of these shortlists. That was some pretty cool, at least it's considered. But what do you think, Ross?
Yes, because of that gymnastics scene. Like I cannot believe like how they did that. That was part of the visual effects. Yeah. So yeah,
that was really impressive. What do you think, Tristan?
I'm really on the line with this one because it's my number is 6, so it's not in my 5, but I think the Ian Holm thing is gonna hurt it. Like I know it's just one element, but it's what people are talking about. And, even like more than anything else in the entire movie is what people are talking about. And I know Rogue One did get the VFX nomination, and Rogue One did the same thing, but that was a long time ago, and we were a bit more like culturally open to this kind of a thing, and it was like the new exciting technology. And now it's kind of like this gross thing nobody really wants. So I think that one thing alone is probably going to cost it.
The one thing I gotta say on this is The Irishman. When that movie came out, it scored a visual effects nomination, and we were like, "What the hell?" And the reason why it scored that was simply just because of the de-aging, and so it's kind of showing that the Academy members love de-aging kind of technology because they gave it to Rogue One, like you mentioned, but then in 2019, which was for the 2020 Oscars, they gave it to The Irishman, and that was, they didn't award it. They don't award these kind of movies, but they at least will nominate them, is what I'm getting at. So I think that if Alien Romulus, because there's other effects in there, like the space sequences, there's the whole big giant monster thing at the end. Spoilers, but it's been out for a while. There's big giant
that's another divisive thing for some reason. I don't know why, but that monster at the end.
Yeah, people have hated that for some reason.
Well, there is another one that's kind of divisive effects as well that I'm sure we're going to bring up at some point. That this could just be that kind of category this year. We'll see, but I'm actually going to say yes to Alien Romulus. I didn't have it in my 5 actually. I literally just put it in my 5. I had something else I'm sure we're going to talk about soon, but because of how bad it bombed, I'm now not putting it in my 5 anymore. And I put Alien Romulus in there. So,
and then also too, like this category too, actually I think has the most upsets for wins, and usually has the most upsets.
Yeah, but not
wins.
this year. It's not going to happen this year.
No.
maybe not.
Because like if you look at like '98, Armageddon was nominated, and Mighty Joe Young, but like What Dreams May Come won Best Visual Effects.
But that deserved it though. That deserved it.
Oh yeah, that was really good visual effects. What do you think, Jonathan, for your next pick?
Okay. My next pick actually is another monkey movie. Yeah. So this is one that actually is bombing big time, but I think it's gonna be enough for it to score a nom, and it is Better Man.
Okay.
The Robbie Williams.
We'll see. We'll see what everyone thinks of that. Ross, what do you think?
Only because it's bombing so bad, I believe it's earned $14.1 million total since Christmas and a $150 million budget. And the U.S. it earned $850,000 this weekend. So yeah, I'm just gonna go no.
But no, think about it. It's just the Academy. It's not like box office. All right, it's the Academy, the visual effects artists that are nominating. Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And there's a short list, and I think if you do watch the movie, it is very impressive what they do with the effects. So I think if they do the responsible thing and watch the movie that are on the short list, then I think it's going to get in. But the bombing part of it is going to hurt it. Like the fact that nobody watched it and no one's really talking about it, that does hurt movies.
Yeah.
So I have that in my 5 slot, but I'm on the line with it as well. Though Alien conversation is started to kind of pull me a little bit.
Yeah, well, so because I know Alien Romulus, it also was a success. Like people have seen it. People have definitely like that was another thing too. Like to throw out there when considering that. But with Better Man, this one was one that I'm on the fence on because there's one more that we haven't mentioned that I did not like the visual effects for, but I'm wondering if they could still go that route. I don't know. But so far we got Jonathan saying yes, we got Ross saying no, Tristan saying yes, and then to keep things interesting, I'm going to say no, and then we'll see what Chad. It's up to you. You get the tie-breaking vote.
Shit. For Better Man. I do have like one other that's in there, but it's one I haven't seen, so I actually don't know how good the visual effects are. I have heard great things about Better Man, and I kind of want to check it out because of that. But you guys are making a good case about will it have been seen a lot too, and it like kind of just came out. But that also might be a good thing, like how it like just came out when they're voting. Yeah. If they're like seeing it like right when it just came out, and because the other one that's on my list didn't do as well as people thought it might. I'll go ahead and say yes for Better Man, and then can I just say what the other one I thought was?
Is it Gladiator 2? Yeah.
Another monkey movie.
Gladiator 2 was one that I had in my 5 as well. I wasn't a fan of the visual effects, but I thought, if this film can do any kind of package, it could do like a sound, visual effects, costume production design, that kind of stuff. But that would be like its only package.
And plus, you can buy it now already.
I'm willing to leave it off visual effects for this conversation because there's other categories where we'll explore Gladiator 2 and see where that goes. So this will be our 5.
What are you guys feeling about Mufasa? I think that's when that's in the conversation.
It's No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought the visuals are not necessarily bad. They're I think maybe even better than the Lion King 2019. But
then people like saying, "Oh, okay, it's a movie.
Yeah,
Let's move on."
Yeah,
all right. So
it's just
that other one did get nominated thow.
It's kind of whimpered, if you know what I'm saying, because it's like a
but basically we're gonna have like I think it has apes in the movie. I haven't seen Mufasa, but it was like we're gonna have 3 apes movies in there, visual effects.
There's monkeys in Wicked too.
There honestly is a
lots of monkeys this year.
There's a way that you could get like 4 ape movies in there. That would be insane. But there is a world where 4 ape movies get in there. It's just kind of crazy.
We had a thing for monkeys this year, I guess,
Well, do y'all want to do like makeup and hairstyling next?
Yeah. Yes.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Cool. So it is Ross. It's actually your turn first this time.
Okay, let's just talk about it. Let's just put this in here already.
The substance.
Yes.
Yep. We're all in agreement there.
Yep.
Perfect.
What's next?
Yep.
So,
and I remember though, Mike though like wishes that like he actually had like recorded my reaction to the last 30 minutes of Substance, because I never shut up in the theater. I was like, oh shit, oh fuck, god damn it, oh crap, right?
But you weren't alone though. It was the whole theater. But
yeah,
great. Tristan, what would
another easy one? Wicked. They turned to green.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think
a little lower, but yes.
Like I said, I do think that they're gonna nominate it just almost everywhere. Like not the major categories per se is gonna sweep, but I think they're gonna like almost sweep all the text type stuff. So the one I want to throw out there, I'm throwing this one out because it's one of my favorite movies of the year. It's in my top 10 of the year. I absolutely loved it. And I think the makeup branch can do something kind of obscure like this at times. This is the first one we're really going to debate here, is A Different Man. That's one I'm throwing out there. Chad, what do you think on that? They made Sebastian Stan look unrecognizable.
So, I mean, I think the 2 that we already have on there are like definite.
There's a third one.
But there's honestly like there's 6 total ones that I think, or like 4 total ones after those that I think could be nominated, and I don't know which one is going to be left off. But A Different Man is one of those 4, and so I'm just trying to think. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it is good. I mean, because it involves like surgery and stuff.
Yeah. So, and there's even some body horror aspects in there as well too, a little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the same thing with The Substance, with the body horror and stuff.
I mean, it's a small part, but but it's in there, but it's a small part. Yeah.
It's a tough call.
I think I'm gonna give a slight no to it, even though I think there's a strong chance that this could be nominated, just from what I've heard, and see what other people think, because I think it's very close between 4 other ones.
And I do want to say, as part of my argument real quick, is that when it comes to this movie is surging, and it's hit max at the right time, and there's people who are seeing it, and Sebastian Stan, we'll get to it when we get to it, but that like 5th slot in actor is kind of all over the place. And now Sebastian Stan has, I feel, a real shot after winning the Globe in actor, and if that happens, then
we'll debate it when we get to it.
But
because
there's another Sebastian Stan performance as well.
That's true. He's having a good year.
Yeah.
He's technically competing against himself in a way.
Yeah.
It makes it a little trickier. So, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, he could cancel himself out. But Jonathan, what do you think?
So, A Different Man is an interesting choice. I have it 6th, actually. I think it's just the voting. Okay, voting closed on Friday.
Yeah, yes, I
think it was Friday. Yeah,
okay, but then also The Different Man was released on Friday that day, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So I think it might have been too late. I mean, if that were to happen, I don't know, but it's very close. It should over one particular one, but I'm gonna go no.
Okay. What are you, Ross?
I'm gonna go yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Tristan?
I was gonna go yes, and then another transformative horror adjacent performance came out in Nosferatu. So
That,
I think
you know
Different
what?
Man is my 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, the Different Man's not getting in there, but it absolutely should, and I will be giddy if it gets nominated in for best makeup because that looked excellent. So the makeup design in that. But I think the thing too that hurts it real quick. I do want to speak on this. I think the thing that hurts it too is the makeup is only prevalent for like the first 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
So
he's just Sebastian Stan again.
Yeah, he's just kind of Sebastian Stan through most of the
But
whole
that
rest
mask does count.
They
say, I think they say masks do count.
But also, isn't there like a little makeup at the end?
There.
Don't they age?
Oh yeah, because they age them up. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. There is that too. Yeah, totally forgot.
I forgot about that. Oh, we need to rethink that. Shoot.
They like aging up, like Oppenheimer. They aged him up, and they're
like,
"Oh,
I'm gonna change
nomination."
my mind. I'm gonna change my mind.
You're gonna change my mind?
I forgot about that ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we go.
In there.
We got it in there. I think
I forgot about that one.
They love aging people up. They love doing all that. So that one is.
And it has a very interesting, memorable ending.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite endings of the year for sure.
Oh yeah.
But then Chad, what's the next one that you want to bring up?
Well, Tristan did tip a pick that I think is probably going to be like a shoe in there, but I'll let someone else bring that up, and I'll actually bring up a different one, which I don't know, might be on the fence, but this is a sequel. The first movie got a nom, so I'll say Beetlejuice, but I won't say it a third time.
Go good. You don't want to say it a third time. Yeah. Jonathan, what do you think?
This is very tricky. Because the makeup deserves to get in. But it is very odd that and the spoiler will be, Tristan brought it up, but 4 out of the 5 are not going to be Best Picture nominees. I'm going to say no and see where this goes. But actually, the makeup is really good in it.
It is. I didn't like the movie, but the makeup definitely
really is. No, I actually did like the movie.
Yeah. I thought it was a big old bag of meh, in my opinion. But I thought the makeup was like a huge standout. Makeup and costuming and all that stuff was a huge standout for me. What do you think, Ross?
I'm gonna go no. Only because they usually do like to nominate legacy, but usually new legacy. So I'm gonna go no.
And I know how you feel. You hate it even worse than I do. So, yeah. And then Tristan, what do you think on it?
I'm gonna go no, just because I think that there's other stuff that's more impressive out there. I didn't see Beetlejuice, so I can't really say if it was good or bad makeup. But I guess I've seen pictures and stuff. But I think that there's just other more promising and interesting stuff out there.
Yeah, looking at my 5, I don't have it getting in anyways, but the majority rules, even if I said yes, it probably wouldn't have gotten in, but I think that there's a strong chance. I have it at 6 right now. I think there is a strong chance that it could slide in there. We'll just have to wait and see if it's something the visual effects branch likes, but I think they might have an argument that maybe they'll think the makeup's too goofy. I don't know. We'll see, but how they feel about it. But yeah, I'm gonna say no. So, which leaves you, Jonathan, to mention another one.
Why did it take so long for me to bring this up? I mean, Nosferatu.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there because we mentioned it earlier. I think that one.
Yeah, that one.
Just put
It's
there,
weird that
yeah.
it's so low because I feel like we all put it off because we were like, "Oh, that one's so obvious," you know.
That's like the
It's,
second.
No, I hadn't seen it until today, so but I liked it a lot more than I thought.
That's like the second odds-on
Yeah.
favorite to win.
Yeah,
and it
And
should.
I think it may be a
think so.
sneaky favorite to win. It could be sneaky.
Yeah, it could be because the thing with this category is this category loves it's sort of like what is the most makeup, you know,
Mhm.
just kind of like how like editing is like what's the most editing or sound is like
Yes.
what's the most sound, you know, like how they like that, like what's the most makeup for them. And
No,
yeah.
I think the test would be because obviously it's the substance to it's the favorite to win, but the point would be like, are they going to be so turned off by that makeup in the substance versus the classiest makeup in in another horror movie, Nosferatu? See,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
gonna be
I could see this. I could see this category honestly going either way because I could honestly see an argument for a different man winning too.
yeah,
Like,
but I don't think many people are
They've
talking
done
about
some
a different
stuff like
man
that.
as much as those first two.
Nah, that's true. What about you, Ross? What do you think?
Oh, Nosferatu. Oh yeah. Yes,
No. We all agreed on Nosferatu. I'm saying like that was
Okay, but there
that
is
was a quick
one though.
I don't think we
I
had-
know that like we have not seen the movie yet, so it's going to be a no. I just want to put it out there, but it made the short list. Was actually Waltzing with Brando.
Watching with Brando. Tristan, what do you think?
I think there's a crazy outside shot that maybe it sneaks in, but I feel like the short list was the sneak, you know, and the makeup is impressive, but like nobody I know in any sense has seen it. So like it's just not gonna get in.
No, it is impressive, but no.
And yeah, it is impressive. I've seen the pictures, but like this film doesn't even release until like February or March.
So it's this year's Robot Dreams.
It's weird. It's like it's got a very weird release strategy, and so I think that's
right, isn't it? Though then it's this year's
pretty
Robot
much.
Dreams. Yeah.
Because Robot Dreams didn't come out until way later, like in the like pretty much early summer, late spring, and it was nominated for animated. So if it gets nominated, it definitely will have that same kind of comparison, but I think the release strategy is going to hurt it in this case, unlike Robot Dreams last year. I think it's going to hurt it because I feel like this category is more stacked. So yeah, I'm going to say no to that one for now. What about you, Chad?
Yeah, I'm gonna mirror you guys with the no. I don't think so.
And then what about you, Jonathan?
No.
Yeah. So we're all
even I said no. I just I just want to
I get it. So Tristan, what do you think?
I'm going with Amelia Perez. I think we got to get another Best Picture nominee on there, and Carla Sofia Gascon like transforms to her pre-transition self. There's prosthetic work in there. There's a lot of great makeup work and tattoo work and that kind of stuff that has that transformative element that I think the Academy likes. So I think what's holding this one back is, like you guys said, they kind of go for like most makeup, and the showy makeup in this movie is like in that first like act, and then it's just like traditional movie makeup after that. So that may hurt it, but I think the fact that like all these award shows are just like adoring Amelia Perez and throwing in nominations at it, like this is one where they can sneak it in there, and I think it's going to sneak in there.
Shoot. I've been on the fence about this one, honestly, because even I'm not a fan of the movie, but even I was, I watched Amelia Perez and was like, wow, they got another actor to play this part. Oh, that's interesting. And then when I looked up his makeup, I was like, wait, what? It was like after the movie, I had no idea that was makeup. I did not know that was her underneath all that. I honestly thought they just had another guy playing the role. Like it was that convincing. And like I said, it is going to get nominated a ton. There's one other film we haven't mentioned yet.
I'm shocked.
That I'm gonna feel I feel a little bit more confident in. So I think I'm gonna say no for now. What are you, Chad?
I'm sure this is gonna get shot down, but I'm actually gonna say yes to Amelie Perez, just because what you were talking about, Wolfman, is just like the same thing. Like the wife and I were like watching this, and when we found out, like my my jaw dropped. Like, oh my god, that's her! Like she's like doing something really incredible in this movie, as far as the makeup and performance and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was pretty layered. Yeah, I guess just based on that. But yeah, if this doesn't make it in, there's definitely like at least one other one that I think could be good.
For sure. What about you, Jonathan?
This was not the best picture nominee I was thinking of.
Yeah. Same.
But it is impressive, though. But I did figure it out early on, though. So that's why I wasn't as impressed.
Yeah. What are you, Ross?
I'm gonna say no, only because I think that they'll want to award Amelie Perez with a lot. I don't see I don't think they'll want the makeup in. I just don't have it. I just have this inkling.
Yeah. With that said, I'm gonna mention the one that nobody else has mentioned. That's Dune Part 2.
That's the next one I was going to mention.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one.
Yeah, I think that there's really no other debate there. I don't think The Apprentice really gets in. I don't think even though that has really good makeup in, I don't think any of the other ones would have a chance. So, Dune 2, I think is our.
And also, but that one was I was on the fence with as well. Dune Part 2.
Yeah, I mean the first one. I'm going off of the fact the first one won makeup. It won this category, so I'm kind of going off that fact. But honestly, I think we're all in agreement that Furiosa should be here. It's kind of tragic.
True. But no, actually, I just thought of something. It just occurred to me with Dune Part 2. The teeth, that Austin Butler wears.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! I was
That's true.
That's the one part I was like, oh, I haven't seen that in the movie before, in the first movie. So, oh boy.
And we've got we have the Baron, but then we also Austin Butler's makeup as well. There's a lot of really good makeup.
His servants with I think they were eating people or something at one point. And obviously obviously there are a couple of things with the Javier Bardem and other people, but yeah. Sure. Also, Rebecca Ferguson with all that makeup, she's pregnant and then she has all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Good point. I guess we might as well do both of these. Do you all want to do production and costume design as well?
Yes, let's start with costume.
Yeah, let's do costume design.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So
we got a couple consensus ones. I feel like on this one, do we want to run through the consensus ones, or do we want to still go one by one?
Yes.
Yeah, we can kind of. I think these are. I think these categories are pretty easy, and usually they line up. I've noticed this in years that, for the most part, except for maybe one change, production design and costume design are the same films a lot of times. So we'll see if it's the same way this year, but I think Wicked, that's a shoo-in. Yeah. That's easy.
Dune Part 2.
Part 2. Yep. That's a shoo-in for sure. And then I'm going to say Gladiator 2. I think it's kind of a shoo-in.
Yeah. I also say Gladiator 2.
Oh, actually, I would say 4 now. 4 are shoo-ins.
Yeah.
There's another one.
What's the other one that you were thinking of?
Nosferatu.
I'd say Nosferatu also.
Okay. Yeah, Nosferatu. Yeah.
Now it's really the 5th slot.
The 5th slot. And let's see.
I'm between 2, actually.
I'm between them 2 as well. Let's discuss.
It's you. You start with you, actually, right?
Yeah, I think it starts with Tristan this time up the ladder, because Ross went first last time. He did The Substance. So so Tristan, what do you have?
This is a tough one because there's a couple of movies that I can get in here. I'm gonna throw out one that's a little bit less on the ranking, A Complete Unknown. I think the historical biopic of it, the Bob Dylan has very iconic, like outfits and his costume and stuff like that. So I have that as a possible fifth slot. Plus, it's going to be a Best Picture nomination that's got to sneak into like a couple of categories down here.
Yeah, but for me, I've got another Best Picture nominee in there.
I do too.
I think that will slide.
Actually, one of the two, both of them are Best Picture nominees.
Yeah, so I think there's some Best Picture nominees in there that I think stand a slight better chance than A Complete Unknown. But I could see it in production design once we get to that, maybe, because they might be like, oh, look at this. I remember growing up with this record store. I remember this and that. Like they have that like fond memories of that kind of stuff. But for costume designs, I'm gonna say no. What about you, Chad?
We're talking about Complete Unknown. You have a different Best Picture nominee.
Yeah, same. When are you, Jonathan?
Actually, yeah, I was thinking of A Complete Unknown in another one, and A Complete Unknown is a sixth.
Yeah.
Right.
Then what are you, Russ?
No.
Right. So now it's my turn to mention the one that I'm pretty confident in, honestly, the five that I have, which is Wicked, Dune, Nosferatu, Gladiator 2, and then this fifth slot. And that is Conclave.
Yes.
For me.
Yep.
That's the one I'm pretty confident in. So yeah, we're all in agreement there.
Yeah. There is another movie that people are talking about that could sneak in, and that's Maria.
I just think it's dead. I think it's one of those things where it's
we'll talk about one other category later.
Yeah,
and then also
later.
The Brutalist. The Brutalist. Remember his suit is iconic now almost. And then I remember like her outfits, and then like how many outfits he has.
Maybe.
I mean, he had a cool outfit. I mean,
we'll definitely talk about the Brutalist here, because I think it has a chance in production design.
Okay. Wait, production design? That's next. Okay.
Yeah, production design.
But I'm okay with this five.
Since I'm first, do we want to I want to mention? I'm mentioning the Brutalist as an option. Do we want to?
Yes.
I say so too.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So majority on that one, and then of course I think the other ones that we mentioned are all like shoo-ins as well, like Gladiator, Dune Part 2.
I haven't released it
on Gladiator.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not Gladiator.
I have one though.
So then let's go to, since it's his turn next now, let's go to Chad and see what you have.
Yeah, but those three, yes, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brutalist, Wicked, and Dune 2. Yeah, it's my top three as well. I got Nosferatu.
I also do.
I do too.
Yeah, Jonathan does.
Yeah. Seeing it in the theater, wow. There are a few moments where, his castle just really stood out to me. It was gloomy and scary.
So true. And then what are you, Ross? Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
Cool. And then Tristan.
Absolutely. And that's like one of the biggest selling points of the entire movie right there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So that's 4. So we're just looking for the fifth slot. Take us home, Jonathan. Which one do you think?
Conclave.
Oh, okay. I thought you were almost doing like a Beetlejuice kind of tune there for a second. I was like, oh.
I'm trying to replicate that score.
No, the score is incredible. But so,
Conclave. Because the way obviously they couldn't go to the Vatican.
Yeah. Because
I don't know how they did it, to be honest. With those
I believe that they were in the Vatican. That's how good it was.
Did they do that?
I've been to the Vatican, and like when I watched it, I was like, "Damn, they actually filmed inside the Vatican." Like I was recognizing rooms and things, like it was incredible.
They blew up part of the Vatican. It's like, oh, we were so confident in this production. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So are we all like in agreement on Conclave?
Yeah.
I didn't have it on my list, but I am now. Talking about it for a couple seconds, I said, you know what? It's got to be on there.
Oh yeah.
You were doing my
so,
six. Doing my
look at that
sixes though. I was gonna actually champion two. Beetlejuice.
yeah, I think that could upset potentially just because
Ooh,
of.
that is way low on my rankings, actually. But yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I think that one could.
No, but the reason I was initially going Gladiator too, but then I thought of Conclave. I was like, oh, the way they did it, I was like, nah, Conclave. It deserved to go on.
And
Yeah.
like we've been talking about, they got to start shoving in some Best Picture nominees in these categories, and Gladiator 2 is not going to be one.
Nope.
Yeah, that's true. Remember the time when we actually debated it and put it in our 10 at some point? It was like kind of crazy. Next up,
are we done with the design categories?
yeah, we're done with the costumes. We're just a good costumes and production.
I would do international or do international feature.
Or we could do, since you were just doing the score, we could do score.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do score song. It's fine.
Yeah, score song. Get those one out of the way, and then move on to the feature ones. So for score, it's I think my turn first this time, which I'm gonna champion the Golden Globe winner, which is Challengers, is going to be my pick there. I think Challengers is going to get in there, won the Globe, which made me super happy. It's one of my favorite scores of the year. So, Chad, I know you're not huge on Challengers, but what do you think on that getting score?
Yeah, I'm not huge on Challengers, the movie, but I am huge on Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. I think they're great ever since Social Network. So, and of course, since 9 Inch Nails, what am I talking about? Yeah, so I think this one's definitely getting in.
For sure. Well, Jonathan, what are you?
Yes.
Yes.
After that Globe win, I think its momentum has boosted a little bit. I don't think it's going to win, though. I don't think it's going to carry on, but yeah.
For sure. Ross, what do you think?
Yes.
Cool. And then Tristan, I know you're going to say yes because you.
Yep, I say yes. It's already on there, man. Challenge is getting in.
Cool. So we got that one in. Chad, which one do you want to throw in there for score?
All right, this is my favorite score. It's one I can't get out of my head, and I just adore, and I can't wait to watch this movie again, even though it's long as fuck. The Brutalist.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, without question.
Without question, I think that's easily in there.
Because don't worry. I promise. Slight thing though, when the score started at the start of the movie and you see that Statue of Liberty upside down, which is a poster, I knew this score something special in the movie, something special.
It's one of my favorite shots too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so good. Just brings the themes home. And Chad, you're not going to believe this, but guess what beat out the Brutalists last night in the first round? Took it out in the first round on our tournament.
They almost walked out.
Yeah.
No, we walked out.
We did walk out. We walked out. We were so pissed. It was Unfrosted.
Oh no!
What?
That Pop-Tart movie.
That beat out the Brutalist.
That beat out the Brutalist. It was like we were just done.
I was like, we needed Chris, we needed Chad, we needed Ross. I mean,
that's embarrassing right there.
we needed
like the good panel that's seen that movie.
No offense to the panel. I mean, that's fine.
No, they're a great panel, but it's like we need people to see it because Austin was like, "Oh, it's overrated." And we're like, "No."
No, but I understand. I mean, because there've been a few reviews recently about it's cold, but then thinking about it, it's supposed to be cold. That's what brutalism is. It's cold, dark,
distant.
So interesting. But
that makes sense. So next one, Ross, what do you want to mention?
Oh no, wait.
Conclave.
You skipped me.
Oh, I just skipped you. My bad. Yeah, I thought you mentioned because I know Brutalist is your favorite of the year for whatever reason.
It is my favorite movie of the year. Score, actually, those two are actually my top two. Well, of the ones that will be nominated because Dune Part 2, obviously is ineligible. Conclave. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tristan, what do you think?
I'm also saying Conclave. We just talked about how great that score is and how it adds such like a level of tension and like almost camp to the the movie. Oh, I really think the score is a huge part of it, so it's getting in.
Completely agree. I think it's getting in. What are you, Chad?
Definitely.
Nice. Alrighty. So we got Conclave in there. That's the third, and then Ross. What do you have for score?
I'm gonna go with Wicked.
Interesting. Okay. What do you think, Tristan?
I mix because I do like the score in Wicked, and I think it does an interesting job of weaving in like the themes and the motifs of the musical throughout. But I don't necessarily think they're going to nominate 2 musicals, and
I know where you're going with them. Okay.
I also think just the score in Wicked is not what you notice in Wicked. You notice the singing and you notice the production design. You notice a lot of stuff before you notice the score. So that's why I think it's just not what you think of. Wicked's going to get nominated all kinds of stuff, but the score is not going to get one because it's just not what you think of when you think of Wicked.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I think Wicked might face the same. Honestly, I'm surprised it was even shortlisted because I've heard some behind the scenes stuff of people complaining about how it basically uses almost all the score is from the stage play, is what I heard. So like I was kind of surprised it was technically eligible because of that, but I guess it is. But because of that, I think it's going to hurt its chances, and I don't think it's going to get in. What about you, Chad?
Yeah, I personally like the score a lot. I mean, Wicked is still currently my number 1 movie. But like, it is one of those things where I think the score is kind of more nuanced than people are giving it credit for. However, I do think, I mean, it is, I from what I remember, a lot of like recycled stuff from the actual like music from the stage show. So I think for that, I mean, it's kind of like a similar thing to like Dune 2.
That's what I was like kind of confused about. I was like,
yeah, so I don't think it's gonna get in either.
Yeah. You, Jonathan?
Yeah, that I would be ticked off if that score was nominated, to be honest, and then Dune Part 2 was ineligible. I thought it was just, a double standard on their part, and if Wicked is nominated. So I'm gonna go no. I think there's gonna be a little controversy if that is nominated.
Oh yeah.
And then Wicked would be one of the villains of Oscar season.
More than it even is already,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wicked?
It's gotten taken over by Amelia Perez, I think, but I think until Amelia, Wicked was probably the big villain this year.
No, Wicked is like Homelander right now. It's like, huh, okay. That meme. It's like, oh, Amelia Perez is the villain. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So Wicked. So I'm gonna say no to Wicked.
Yeah. All right. So Wicked's not getting in there. Tristan, do you got another one for us?
You guys always line me up for the same movie, I think Amelia Perez is getting in. I think this is the musical that gets nominated because the score is more noticeable here than it is in Wicked. So I think this is going to get nominated for me, and it's going to get nominated a lot of other shows. Like this is a category where they're going to show love to Amelia.
We were lining you up to always say it and lining me up to be disappointed that I have to agree with you, because I'm also saying yes. I do think Amelia Perez is just, they're going to over-nominate it at this point. It just seems like it is picking up momentum. It's one of those cases of, I thought it was going to have like the Anora treatment where like it was great at festivals and people saw it at festivals, and then it just didn't perform as well at home. And that's sort of the case. Like it didn't do that well on Netflix, but as soon as the awards started ramping out, it's like just completely dominating. So I do think that score is definitely in for it. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah. You mean everyone's favorite movie, Amelia Perez? Of course, I think it's getting in.
Yeah.
Part of that was sarcasm,
Yeah.
but I actually do think it's getting in.
Completely serious.
And then Jonathan, what do you think?
It reminds me of last year with American Fiction getting nominated for score. I was like, okay, good movie, but I don't remember the score at all. and
Yeah.
and
The
Amelia Perez.
score for American Fiction was like all like jazz
It was all
stuff. It was kind of
jazzy, but then I
awesome.
was like, it's cool, but I don't really remember it. I don't go back and listen to it.
Weird.
But I think it's going to be that same treatment, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't understand why it's in the conversation for score, to be honest, because I have a sneaky one that could snub this one, or another one that could potentially upset the other one that we might bring up, because for some reason they don't love these types of features.
Yeah. I agree. But the one I'm gonna bring up is next is one that I'm kind of hope dicting because I listened to the score on YouTube again, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful score, and I really do think it has a chance, and that's The Wild Robot. Is one I'm going with. What do you think, Chad? Is that yes or?
Yep, that's in my list. Beautiful score.
Oh yeah, and then you, Jonathan.
Yes, and then we'll bring up the other one that may potentially snub one of this one or Amelia Perez in a moment. But yeah,
And
I
then,
have it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Ross, do you have Wild Robot?
Ross?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Then Tristan.
Yep, I've also got it in mind, so it's getting on our list.
There you go. It's getting on the list.
So, yeah,
I was gonna ask for that. Like, what's the one that you wanted to bring up?
So the one sneaky one that could snub either Amelia Perez or the Wild Robot is Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
I think that score is catching on a little bit.
Yeah.
I know it's recent. It was released on Christmas. People are talking about that score. From its scary, lurid, haunting, creepiness to its melodramatic, somber conclusion regarding its music, and I think that could surprise.
I think it could too. I have it at 6 because again, it's a horror movie. I just think that they're just still have their biases about horror despite the substance doing as well as it is. So I really don't know. If I will say this though, if like Nosferatu ramps up tons of nominations and the substance, I might have to change my mind about them having a horror bias because like they would have freaking gone bananas for both of them. We'll have to see,
if you take out Amelia Perez for Nosferatu, that would be a strong 5.
I would not complain about that even myself. So
I would not, but unfortunately, I think that they're gonna still put him in because they gotta have musical in there somewhere. So
I think if anything is getting cut, it's Challengers. Honestly,
really, why?
I think Challengers has been showing up here and there, but it's not been showing up everywhere.
I think after that Globe win, I think it's really
the Globe win, but like it's not showing up at every show. Like it's showing up at shows, but it's not like. It's not what I would call like a front runner or like a solid, like a guarantee,
No, I agree that it's not a guaranteed front runner, but but it's definitely catching on. I think enough for it to get a nomination.
And I think there's just still so much talk about the score. Like people still to this day talk about, I work out to the Challenger score and all that stuff. So I think there's enough in there to get it in there. I don't think Challengers is going to do that well. I think it might maybe only get score, but like I can see a world where it gets that maybe, but we'll see. But let's move on to song. Just put in the Diane Warren song. So it's 4 slots we have to talk about. Just put that in, and then we'll talk about
what is that called? What is that called? The Journey.
The Journey
from the 6
from the 6 888. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is. The 6 888.
The 6 888. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can just put that one in because that one's
the Journey
getting in there for sure. And now we just have to debate on the other 4. I mean, I think. Well, we don't really have to debate on the other 4. I think it's safe to say that and Amelia Perez song at least is getting in. So we just have to debate on which one.
I think let's start with them all. Let's start with that.
Yeah, I think 2 of them are getting in personally.
You think 2 of them?
I think so too. Unfortunately.
All right.
I would love to see a surprise. There's one song that I would love to see happen.
Yeah, that same. I think I know which song you're talking about, and I would
I
freaking
will.
love that.
You know what? Actually, I want to keep El Mal. Maybe keep El Mi Camino, but because I think there could be a snub here.
Maybe, but I know, but one I'm okay. Well, I went.
There's another one
didn't-
that is obvious.
I went first last time. So Chad, which one do you want to go? Because now I feel like it's like debate territory.
No, there's another obvious one.
Wait,
Oh,
so those three are on the list, and now we're doing a fourth.
Yeah.
But I think there's another one. There's another obvious one.
The
Which one?
fourth that I would nominate would be, because I agree with those three. The fourth, with the song's called "The Journey," by the way. Just
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
The Journey.
yeah,
It's not
The
the movie
Journey.
title. Yeah, it's The Journey.
But
I couldn't think of the.
Yeah.
So
but I
Very
want to
good.
nominate "Kiss the Sky" from
That's
the
the
Wild
one.
Robot.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
one.
the one.
Okay. So that's the one that you thought was obvious. All right.
Yeah, that's the
So
one.
yeah. So I guess we'll put that one in then because we're all kind of in.
It's a great montage to that song.
It's so good. and it I think it helps that it's also used in the movie.
Oh yes.
That's the thing. A lot of times,
I was just listening to it earlier, and just
Yeah.
listening to the song, thinking about that scene, I was about to tear up.
oh yeah, like that's the thing with a lot of these are the ones that are in the movie. I always feel are almost more guaranteed to get nominated in song because a lot of the original songs are in like the credits, and a lot of people get up or they don't watch all the credits or they'll turn off their screener, during the credits, stuff like that. So you don't actually get to hear the song.
Mhm.
So I think it helps with that. Yeah, so that was an obvious one. So I think now we're in like kind of debate territory then. And Jonathan, which one do you want to kind of debate on?
Yeah, I'm between 4
Yeah.
for this last one. I have a feeling for a surprise. And you know what? I'm gonna go with this one. I think the surprise will be Harper and Will Go West.
All right.
That's what I think.
Ross, what do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. And then Tristan, what do you think?
I do think there's going to be a surprise. I didn't have this one on there, but for
There's
the sake
always
of the.
There's always the one surprise every year in the song category. There's always one.
I'm going to say no for right now, just to see how it goes. Just because they don't tend to nominate like celebrity docs, but they kind of do like to nominate celebrities in the song category. So I definitely think this is like a very good shot.
However, they are okay with nominating songs from those celebrity docs because they had last year the John Baptiste song. Like he had his own documentary and they did the John Baptiste song that they put in there.
What was that Swedish Will Ferrell movie? That got nominated for song. Which one was that?
Husavik?
Eurovision.
The Eurovision.
Yeah.
Husavik?
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
right.
that should have
Such a
won.
good-
That was a
such a good
perfect song.
So
I
good.
forgot that got in. That makes you more confident in this one.
Yeah. Honestly, I think. Oh man, I'm also between 4 because, dude, wouldn't it be wild to see like Sick in the Head from Kneecap get nominated? That'd be
That's
wild.
the one of the 4 actually.
Yeah,
that was one of them.
I'm thinking like that could possibly sneak in there, but and they also always would go with something that's like strange and out of the box, like when a cowboy trades his spurs for wings from like the Ballad of Buster Scruggs and such.
Mhm. Yep.
So I am going to say yes, a slight, but a barely slight yes. What do you think, Chad?
This Harper and Will Go West is my personal favorite of all the shortlisted songs. I adore that song. I think it's so funny and so sweet. And yeah, I didn't have it predicted before, but I actually just changed it. And I don't know. I'm not crazy confident
I
about
know
it.
this is hard.
But for a 5th spot, I was like, you know what? Why not predict that one? They might go for it.
Yeah. You also brought up a good point about the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Where is that from? Netflix. Will and Harper. Netflix. So
Vucevic, Netflix.
Bolsters chances a little bit.
But
Amelia
also,
Perez also on Netflix.
Yeah, but and The Journey is Netflix. Or 6888 is Netflix. So are we really going to have like almost every single film in this category be a Netflix movie too? That's one thing I just realized. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
All of them would be Netflix except for one. So
I would keep your eye on the Elton John "Never Too Late."
That's not one of my four. I don't think that could happen because given his condition, but I don't know.
Knowing he is Elton John,
yeah,
and they love to have celebrities up on stage. They loved having Lady Gaga up there. They loved having. That's why I was surprised that Miley Cyrus song wasn't nominated because I was like, I think they would have wanted Miley Cyrus up there singing, but.
Elton John, I think, just recently announced he's retiring, so this could be like one of his final public performances. If they get him on the stage to perform the song, that could be potentially his last public performance.
And also the one that was kind of an odds-on favorite for the fifth slot was Like a Bird. I'm not too confident on it, to be honest.
You know what?
Like a Bird.
I'm gonna change my vote. Tristan kind of convinced me. I'm gonna say no to Harper and We'll Go West. Unfortunately, I don't want to.
Still 3-2 though.
It is. Oh yeah, that is a good point.
3-2
it's still majority, so it's still gonna get in. But I'm like, I guess I'm not super confident in that because I do think Never Too Late has a chance, and I think honestly, if I'm looking at all these songs, the most that out of all these songs that is the Ballad of Buster Scruggs song is Sick in the Head. I think that's the one that's the most like obscure.
Yeah, I would like to take that over El Mal for sure.
Kind of strange. So, and just imagine them opening up the Oscars ceremony with the Sick in the Head performance or something.
Like, imagine how cool that would be to see them.
That would be awesome.
The Oscars, though.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and they always go with another obscure one that they nominated was the "Because There's a Flower Moon" song. You know? So
that's what I was referring to. I was like, that was out of the blue. I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
So, Everything Everywhere All at Once too snuck in there. Like they always take something into the song category.
Yeah,
but I just realized those two were Best Picture nominees.
That's true. Yeah,
those were out of the blue, but this one is not. And well, Will and Harper, I don't know if he's going to get nominated for documentary. We'll get to that one, but
also there's not really a lot of like Best Picture nominees to go off of, other than Sing Sing. Amelia Perez and Sing Sing could miss. We don't know. Like that's one that could potentially miss now for picture.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So I'll stick to my Will and Harper thing, but it's really up to Ross and Chad.
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Chad is up to Chad then.
I'm still okay keeping it in. I think we might be overthinking it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, I will not be surprised in the slightest if like a weird one like Sick in the Head gets nominated or something.
You know what would be a really crazy nominee though? Is the Out of Oklahoma.
That's not going to happen. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice song, but it's not going to happen.
There are so many good original songs, and I saw the TV Glow, like a movie stacked with original songs. How do you not get something?
And it's not on the short list.
They didn't even shortlist.
I'm just talking about what should be nominated. You know?
Yeah.
What's Claw Machine? They should have shortlisted that. It was so great.
So such a good song.
But we never discussed Like a Bird.
Or Compress Repress.
Those show the like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Compress Repress has a really, really good shot if they like challengers. Like if it's getting in for score, I could get in for song too. And if it's like, I think it could be a sleeper for like a couple of like more than you think it could get. You know, because everyone's kind of writing off challengers is like, oh, it might get one nomination. I could see it getting like 3. You know, and being a kind of like a surprise little success.
But also, EDM reminds us too that documentaries a lot of times do get song nominations, and says remember Chasing Ice, the documentary Chasing Ice that got a song nomination. So
that's why I went Elton.
Let's do it. Screw it. Let's do it. Harper and Will Go West.
Yeah. All right. So we can just to make things even quicker, let's just type out all the ones we know will get in for animation because we know what it's going to be.
All right. Just name it. Name it.
It's going to be Flow. It's going to be Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, and then The Memoir of a Snail and Wallace and Gromit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are the 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are the
Strong
5.
crop. Strong
Very
crop.
strong. Very good. I've seen all 5, and this is a damn
Yeah,
good
there's like
year for
no
animation,
fat on that
'cause
one right
it's-
there. That is a clean
yeah.
category.
It's one of the
Easily
best.
one of the strongest
animation.
categories.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yeah.
Also one of the easiest to predict. That's why I feel bad. Uh,
Now we go to doc, right?
yeah. Let's
Doc.
do a documentary feature. I guess is
Also a pretty easy category.
It's really
I
that
wouldn't-
5th spot.
yeah. Okay, so I would say that. Yeah, I would say it's easy. Other than the fifth. I don't know. Documentary branch can be weird though.
Yes.
They could throw us for a
Well,
loop.
let's just
and
put
do
No Other Land.
No Other Land. You can
Yeah.
just put that one in automatically.
That's gonna win, obviously. Winning.
And then
Sugar Cane.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I think Sugarcane's a pretty easy one to put in.
What do y'all think on sugarcane? Is that
I
one?
think
That,
Sugar Cane.
Yeah.
Jess says yes.
yeah. Yes. Chess says yes. Okay. So,
Another one that I think is very easy. Daughters.
Daughters. They do like the Netflix docs, and I think it's between either Will and Harper or Daughters, and I think that I think Daughters. I think that one does get in. So another one I want to mention real quick is what is my second favorite doc of the year, which No Other Land's my favorite, but this is my second favorite, and that is Black Box Diaries from it's MTV docs / Paramount, so it's on Paramount Plus. It's on Paramount Plus with Showtime, so people were able to like watch it like while voting, so it was like perfect. It like was released on streaming like right around voting time, so it's basically this director is documenting her sexual assault case that she is trying to like get the man who did it to her and get justice and expose the justice system in Japan and everything. And I think that kind of a story is something that the Academy would really gravitate towards. So
I also have it on my list. I think it's gonna get in. It's a story that resonates. It's a story that's timely and feels like it's getting more timely as like the days tick on. So I'm going with that.
all right, and then Chad, are you in agreement too? Okay, he's in agreement. And then Jonathan, yeah, everyone. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The Black Box Diaries.
Black Box Diaries.
That one's getting in there.
Okay,
And,
I'm in a predicament with one or the other, to be honest.
yeah. Okay, so this is where we debate on things because I've got at least
I got
like
3,
like 4 that I could mention right now.
4.
Yeah, I got 4.
Which
1, 2.
Which fourth one are you talking about? That's what I want to know.
So I've got Will and Harper, obviously, is a debate.
Yeah.
And then I've got The Remarkable Life of Evelyn, which is one that is
that one. Okay,
debatable about the
gotcha.
about the kid there. And then of course Dahomey is one that from a movie, which is one that's been kind of picking up some steam. And then Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, which is one I've seen, and that one is like basically this year's Summer of Soul in a way. I feel so. I know that the Academy doesn't normally love like archival docs, but this one could, like I said, Summer of Soul, they made the exception for, and I feel like this kind of can go that route. Let's see, what do we think? I'm gonna just
I don't think they're gonna nominate Will and Harper. I have a feeling. I don't think so.
Who was first last time? I'm trying to remember.
Chad. No, it was
you.
you.
It was me.
It was you, and then so it's Chad, right?
Yeah. So Chad, which one do you think like of those 4? Do you think has like the better shot?
Has the better shot is tough. Well, because I mean,
yeah, this slap.
Excuse me. What I think should happen should be Will and Harper, and I just think it's because 2024 was such a good year for like trans representation, especially like what's going on now with like legislation and stuff.
Mm.
But I don't know if the Academy's like thinking about that necessarily, really.
Also, the
but I
documentary
know-
branch might say this is too nice. The documentary branch loves to be depressed. I don't know. What I mean.
Yes.
They love to
and
say
in
a
that,
lot of
and then
depressing
that case,
don't know, it's-
I have in
it's
my
up.
5 Ibelin. So I think that might be the one, because I know people say like that's the one that has affected people more emotionally, I feel like. And even for me with Ibelin, like I put it on one night and then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to be depressed and super sad right now, so I didn't watch it, but I'm gonna soon, and it's gonna be really sad.
But yeah. Jonathan, what do you think? Are you in agreement, or do you have another one of those 4?
I don't think Will and Harper is going to happen. I don't think Evelyn's going to happen. I think it's going to be the music one. I think it's going to be the soundtrack to a coup d'etat. They do like music documentaries, especially with Summer of Soul. And also, what is that documentary about The Voice that won? 20 Feet from Stardom? I think that's the one, right?
Yeah. From the director of Won't You Be My Neighbor, which was snubbed. But yeah.
Stupid. Anyway, but I think that soundtrack to a coup d'etat, I think that's going to make it.
Yeah. Ross, what do you think?
Yeah, sounded to could talk. Yes. That's what I was going to pick next.
All right. And then Tristan, what do you think?
I am gonna be an outsider here and say that it's Will and Harper. I think that the trans legislation stuff that got brought up is gonna be on people's minds a lot, and I think that's gonna be enough to kind of break the tradition of not really going for the happy stuff, not really going for the celebrity stuff, but for the fact that it's very, very relevant to now. And the fact that it's not like oh, Will Ferrell's life documentary, like Will Ferrell's in it, but he's just kind of like the means of telling the story of this other person. So I think it will kind of survive the celebrity curse. And like I said, with what's going on in Washington and the president just getting elected and what he's been saying online just in the last like 24 hours, I think it's going to be an issue that's in the forefront with Amelia Perez and also with Will and Harper.
Yeah.
Interesting. You have the positive view and then you have the negative view of trans representation.
Exactly. It's like, that would be the only way that the documentary ranch would go with a happy documentary is to take a negative spin on it. Probably do something like that and say, well,
so
this is
basically,
why.
it's up to you, Wolf.
Yeah, it's up to me. And you know what? I think I'm sticking with my guns. I've seen this film, and I thought that it's a weird example of where, personally, for me, I wasn't a fan of it, but I thought it was an exceptionally well made doc, if that makes sense. And that, so I'm gonna go with soundtrack to coup d'etat. I think that's going to be Summer Soul. I mean, it's got like a 4.2 on Letterboxd. Like, it's getting like really good reviews. This is like something that's really going there right now, and there's like history behind it. There's like jazz history, there's civil rights history, there's all sorts of different stuff there. And that was my issue with it, is I felt like it was almost like a PowerPoint presentation rather than a doc, like the way they were doing it. But I still really thought it was a really good history lesson, and one that should be taught in schools for sure. So,
and I think the parallel to Summer of Soul, and that Summer of Soul is not just purely a music doc; it's also about like the politically charged nature of the music and the time too. So. Yeah. I think it's a similar nomination.
Okay.
Agreed. So we got documentary there for the 5. So yeah, we'll move on to international.
I think 4 will be locked, and then the 5th slot again will be debated.
Yeah, I think you can put in.
Stinky, I think.
Well, actually, I would say 3 for sure a lot. I'd say put in Amelia Perez. I'm Still Here, and See the Secret.
Yes.
Those 3 are definitely locked already.
Really? Okay. The 4th one, I want to make a case. I guess I'm first anyway.
Yeah.
In the Seat of the Sacred Fig, yeah, which I thought was good. I don't think it was a great movie. It was good. The 4th one, I think it's gaining momentum at the right time, given the fact that it has been released on Netflix for everybody in the United States to see. Kneecap.
Interesting. Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
someone brought up, like, people, most movies last year had a lot of downer endings.
True.
So, and I don't have a problem with that, but I just, it had a lot of downer endings, and this one is actually one of the more positive ones. And I think Kneecap and people, and this is a music movie that both critics and audiences like a lot, and I think the Academy will be affectionate towards. And also, we don't see many Irish international features here, and I think Kneecap could usher in more love for Ireland. So I think Kneecap will make it.
Interesting. Okay, Ross, what do you say about Kneecap?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tristan, what do you say?
I also have Kneecap on my list. I think it's been sticking around on so many different shows and always been in the conversation, even if it's not winning all the time, getting nominated all the time. It's sticking around, and yeah, it's been released on Netflix, and I've been seeing people talk about it a lot. So I think it's getting in.
I didn't have it in my 5. There's 2 other ones that I think are a little bit more like on the artsy spectrum that I feel like they could kind of go with the international branch that I ended up throwing in there. So I'm gonna say no, but majority rules puts it out there, and it looks like we have Kneecap in there. But just as a side note, though, Chad, what would you have said? Yes or no?
I would have said yes.
Okay, so yeah, majority rules there. Kneecap's getting in. So Ross,
I think there's gonna be a little surprise in the 5th slot for me. Actually.
Yeah, Ross, what do you think?
For next one, you mean Kneecap already said yes? Remember, yes, me.
No,
No,
I'm saying like
slot.
it's your like your turn for the 5th slot. Yeah.
I gotta read the list, and I don't have them memorized yet.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm using quickly.
It's okay.
Yeah. Not willing. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Remarkable Life of Ivy Lane. Sounded interesting.
No, that's not the right one.
We're an international.
We're an international.
Oh yeah. Okay then. Sorry, I got confused. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go with Let's see. Okay. Vermilio.
That's not what I was going for, actually.
What do you say on Vermilio, Tristan?
I thought about Vermilio. It's one that was definitely on the conversation for me because my debate is between 3 and Vermilio. Vermilio is one of the 3, but I'm not going with it. No.
So I have seen Vermilio. I loved it. I personally, I know some people, again, it's another one of those examples of a film leaving you cold. I felt like this was supposed to leave you cold. It's literally all takes place in the snow and everything. Like, I feel like it's supposed to kind of leave you cold. So I was okay with that. But with that said, yeah, I think I'm gonna say no. I think the other 2 that I have here are a little stronger in my eye. But what do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I'll say no as well. Even though I think it's totally possible that one gets in. I've seen other people predict it. But yeah, I have one other one that I don't know if people will say yes to either, but I think has a good chance too.
Yeah. Well, Tristan, I guess you'll take us home then. Because
I've debated between 2 for this battle all night long, even in this conversation, but I'm gonna go with the Girl with the Needle for my last spot here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Girl with the Needle. Part of me is saying like, is that going to be a little bit too dark? Because it might be like it's up there with Red Rooms as possibly being like the most disturbing movie I've seen this year. Like it is disturbing. Um, but at the same time, I feel like the international branch is kind of fucked up and they don't care. so I think that they would still go with something like Girl with a Needle. So I would be confident saying yes in that. What do you think, Chad? Chad, you're never gonna watch this movie. You're a friend of mine. I'm telling you straight up, you're never gonna watch this. I've seen it. The subject matter, no.
It's a hard sit, very very hard sit, and that's going to be its biggest obstacle, I think, especially when things are like dire in real life right now too. I wonder if people are going to be like, you know what, I just don't want to feel that bad.
Actually,
right
you know what? Because it's my turn next. I think I might say. Actually, I'm going to switch my answer. I'm going to say no, just because there is two more I want to mention that are more positive films. I feel like in today's political climate could possibly sneak in there. But what do you think, Chad?
Yeah, you guys actually make a good case about the material being a little dark, and I got one on my list that is not dark. So,
alrighty. So then in that case, Jonathan, what do you think?
That was actually going to be the fifth spot. I think that they're going to nominate The Girl with the Needle. I don't know. I've been reading the synopsis to this movie, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch it.
Dude,
because I'm very cautious about, I don't want to say it, but I'll mention it in the chat, But I think that they are going to nominate it over another one that's supposed to be talked about. But I think that given that other movie, I don't think there's enough evidence to back up the case that it's an international feature, only the art behind it, not the dialogue itself. So that's why I'm going to go with The Girl with the Needle.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. But I do want to say, with my story of watching this, I watched it at the film festival, and at first I was kind of livid watching it because I knew nothing about it being a true story. So I'm just watching the film, and I'm like, what kind of fuckhead came up with this? Fuck you for making this story. Like, this is completely, utterly I can't believe you did this. And then it ends, the final shot ends, and it says, based on true events. And I was like, wait, what? And I literally shouted that in the theater, and everybody was like doing that. They were like, what? Like, nobody knew it was based on true events. And I had to look up the story, and I changed my whole perspective on the film after it ended. But yeah, it's one I don't think I'm ever going to watch again, just because it made me so angry not knowing it was a true story. And now knowing it's a true story might make me even more angry, knowing that someone actually did this in real life. So yeah.
So it's really up to Ross, isn't it?
Yeah, Ross, it's up to you. What do you think?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
Wow.
All right. So Girl with the Needle gets our first thought. But I did want to mention, and I'm not just saying this because it's my favorite movie of the year, but I did want to throw out a name which they've done weird stuff before, like A Yak in the Classroom and other stuff like that, where they'll throw in these weird ones all of a sudden. This is the highest grossing film now of all time in Thailand. This became extremely popular in Thailand. And now it hit in America VOD for like a $5 rental right when voting was about to start. So voters were able to click on it and watch it, all that stuff. And because of just how big internationally it did in Thailand, this would make history for Thailand. This is the first time Thailand would ever get a nomination in there. If it gets in, How to Make Millions for Grandma Dies. It's a very emotional, sweet kind of movie, funny movie that you crack up laughing at. Then you're like completely like soaking your whole body in tears by the end. It's one of those kind of films. So what are we feeling on that? Do we think that one stands a little bit of a chance because of that, or
The Girl with the Needle? Is there actually a needle in it? I don't know.
There is actually.
Okay. I'm scared because the thing is, like, it is popular, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But also the international feature branch, they're very picky.
Yeah.
because last year there were a couple of movies on there. I was like, I thought they were gonna nominate. I was like, what? I'm like, what? Like Fallen Leaves. I was mad about that one.
But I wanted to point that out. Actually, you brought up something excellent just now by bringing up Fallen Leaves. So Fallen Leaves, as well as Decision to Leave, were both from Mubi, and The Girl with the Needle is also from Mubi. So that's one thing to point out, that like that a movie original film has never been nominated in an international feature.
True.
And so it seems like those kind of like they don't really campaign those that hard in international, and Mubi has been putting all of its money onto the substance and a little bit onto Homie and such, just possibly for docs. But, yeah.
And what is How to Make Grandma? What was that?
How to Make Million for Grandma Dies. It's Netflix Asia, so I think at some point it's going to come to Netflix, but it was like bought by like Netflix Asia, so it was like in theaters and then went to Netflix in Asian countries, and it's been, and there's literally been viral videos of people online, like TikToks, of them saying "me before How to Make Millions for Grandma Dies," and then they watch it in theater, and then it's like the people just bawling their eyes out saying "me after How to Make Millions for Grandma Dies." It's such on the video, so.
Oh man, you make a good case, actually. I want to rechange my vote.
All right,
that's a good case.
Yeah, I just realized that. I just thought
because
about
Decision to Leave, that was like one of the top tier international features. They didn't nominate it. Also with Fallen Leaves, they didn't nominate it. The Girl with the Needle, it's been talked about before. It has positive responses. One of the stronger positive responses. You know what, Wolf? I'll put in your movie. I'll nominate that in there.
All right. What are y'all feeling about it?
How many people are going to see this? Given the, the subject matter, The Girl with the Needle.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like if they also know the subject matter, that they might, if they're like have a screener for it and they've read up on it, they may literally say like, "Well, I'm just not in the mood for this right now." All that kind of stuff.
Isn't it more accessible too?
Which one?
How to Make Millions?
Yeah, because like I said, it's now in America. You can literally rent it for $5, like on VOD, and then in international countries, it's on.
Okay, very quickly, I'll say yes to that one.
All right, so then going back up the ladder, then Ross, what do you think on that?
Yes, I changed my vote.
All right, do you change your vote, Tristan, or no?
Yes, I do. I'll say yes too. You guys convince me.
All right, cool.
That is a very strong case.
Yes. Yeah. And then Chad, would you say yes to that, or?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I think you guys have figured out that's what you want. But I have on my list. I think Flow might actually make it in there.
That's why I made the case that it's silent, and then they will forget that it's from Latvia.
Yeah,
national features, like, oh, why is nobody talking? So
yeah, that's it's hard to say yes necessarily to a film that is completely awardless. Like, it's an exceptional film, and I think that there is a very strong chance it wins Best Animated Feature, but it's one of those things that the animation is what really sticks out, when you watch it, and I don't know if that might just make it a little harder for
all right, then we'll
adapted.
So
no, I was gonna go editing, actually.
Editing? Yeah, we can do editing. Yeah. So we can do editing next, and then
I think this will be kind of quick.
Yeah, because right now editing, I really feel like
Dune.
I really I think is an obvious one. I think Anora, I think is one that's definitely getting editing
Conclave.
in there.
Conclave's gonna get in.
Conclave, yeah, that one I'm pretty confident in. I'm feeling.
Are you guys sure on Conclave? Because
I am sure on Conclave.
Actually,
I'm sure on Conclave, and unfortunately, I'm sure on Amelia Perez.
Yeah, I think. Well, okay. What?
Okay, are we sure on Amelia Perez? I think people are
Yeah, I'll pass it on down to a bunch of Ross. What do you think on Amelia Perez? Yes or no?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so Amelia Perez goes on.
And then Tristan just says Amelia Perez.
I'll
and then,
say yes.
all right.
Amelia Perez.
So Amelia Perez, that one gets in. Okay, for Conclave, Chad, do you think Conclave has a chance of getting in there?
I say yes to Dune 2, Honora, Conclave, and Amelia Perez.
Okay, so
I'm all
yeah.
for it.
I would say yes to Conclave.
So yeah, Conclave. I think we're pretty confident gets in
Now-
this. Now it's down to that fifth slot.
I'm between two, actually.
I have a
I've
solid
got
one.
3.
I'm between 3 right now.
Huh?
Because I could see a world where
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's one clear one, to be honest. but
You know what? My
could be
other
way
one.
off.
I think
Brutalist?
usually editing coincides with best picture. So I think because of that,
The Brutalist?
I think the Brutalist is the safest bet in editing.
Unless there's a shocking surprise.
Yeah.
Because there's
The
always
only
one.
I have
only
my surprise in editing for September 5.
September
Yeah,
5.
that was it. That was the one.
Surprise.
That was the one I was thinking.
But-
big surprise.
That could also surprise if that somehow surprises in picture too.
Exactly.
We'll
It could
get
be in
there.
picture.
We'll get there.
It has that. It would have that package if it does picture, original screenplay, and editing. It just needs those 3 to be really that big, 10th slot best picture kind of thing. So,
I'm gonna stick with the Brutalist.
It's a safe bet.
it's just yeah.
It is safe, but
it's-
I'm scared.
It's safe, but also at the same time, like there is the report of Academy voters turning off their screeners
Oh, that's true.
and such because they were like saying it's like 3.5 hours and they just didn't want to sit through.
Enforced.
Yeah,
that
my
long
biggest
of a
attack
movie.
on this is
Uh,
I feel like if a movie is 3.5 hours long, people are going to think, oh, it needs more editing, not like it's not great editing. It needed to be shorter. You could have cut this or that. And I don't think that's necessarily true, but I feel like maybe that could be someone's mindset. Like a 3.5 hour movie is not going to be best editing because it's too long.
Unless
Not-
you're Selma Schoonmaker. I mean, that's basically it.
yeah, but did Dune Part or did Killers of the Flower Moon get edited?
Yes,
I
it did.
Okay,
It did.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
yeah. Okay, so that one
Because it's Selma
did get
Schoonmaker.
in there, and then of course Oppenheimer did, and that's 3
Yeah.
hours. So
Some of the best editing in
um,
recent years, for sure.
yeah. So, and then did Drive My Car get in the editing? I'm trying to remember.
Ooh, I don't remember that one. I don't think so, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, because that's one to I know that got like a picture nom, but I forgot if it got into editing or not. Shoot, because yeah, that it being the 3.5 hour runtime. If Drive My Car got in, then I will say that yes to the Brutalist. But if it didn't, then that is a little bit more debatable, possibly.
I think you got to watch out for Complete Unknown in here too.
Yeah,
That's going to be sneaking.
No, it did not. But there's one that it kind of reminded me of something else. The Power of the Dog.
Oh yeah, The Power of the Dog got in
Yeah,
there.
that kind of reminded me of that kind of sort of filmmaking.
Yeah. So, and I just think maybe just the whole it being epic in scope and all that stuff can still help it get in there.
Mhm.
So, man, I think I'm still willing to say the Brutalist, but I'm also would not be surprised if September 5 just shows up.
But the
And-
other one I was thinking about as well is Challengers.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
was just gonna say.
Yeah. Challengers. That's one I could also see because the editing just is otherworldly in Challengers.
Yeah, it's a tennis match.
Yeah.
So that's what
So-
the editing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
in my 5 right now, Challengers. I think it's the editing is the movie. You know, it's like
Yeah.
such a
Wow.
prominent element from the movie that I think even if Challengers walks away with like nothing else, it could be one of those anomalies that gets editing and doesn't even get picture. You know, that doesn't happen very often, but the editing is so prominent in Challengers that this could be the one that makes it happen.
So
You know what? I look. I would vote the Brutalist for editing, but I predict it'll get snubbed.
Yeah,
Challengers.
man. So yeah, if it gets snubbed, then I feel like its chances at Pitcher are almost basically dead at that point.
Well,
because,
remember, Spotlight only won 2. That's Best Picture and Screenplay.
but that's
And
like
then
the
also
last
Coda.
time it's happened, though, right?
Yeah,
That
Coda.
like,
telling you that.
and that was like 2015. Yeah, Coda. That's another good point with Coda, but. So the last time a Best Picture winner won Best Picture without an editing nom was Coda, which was the 2022 Oscars.
Yeah,
So
not too long ago.
not too long ago. So it could potentially still happen. I don't know. What are y'all all feeling? Are y'all feeling like
I'm just
The
I'm
gonna
Brutalist
go,
feeling
gets
challengers.
I'm gonna go for
snubbed or
Challengers.
Challengers?
I think it's
What do
gonna.
you think?
I think Brutal's gonna be.
What do you think, Chad? Challengers or The Brutalist?
I'm sticking personally with Brutalist, but yeah, I don't think you guys are off base with Challengers. I think that easily could get nominated.
Okay, well, it's up to Ross then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Brutalist
Okay.
only because I think the film really has a chance to win picture, and then like I don't think you could actually have a film not nominated anymore, and like be nominated hoping to win picture, and then not get nominated for
Okay.
editing.
Yeah. So cinematography is next.
Cinematography. Oh yeah, cinematography we have not done. So yeah, let's do roll on down cinematography. And for this one, I think there's an easy
4.
Yeah, I think there's pretty much an easy 4 there for cinematography.
Dune 2.
We got Dune 2. Yeah,
Brutalist.
that's one. Brutalist. Nosferatu
Yes.
for sure.
Conclave.
And then Conclave. Yeah, I'm pretty confident on Conclave. Now it's just that 5th slot.
I'm between 3.
I'm also between 3. Yeah.
I'm between 1.
I've got a lot, so
I actually want to hear Chad's 1, and then
All right. Yeah, Chad, what's your 1?
I think it's gonna be Nickel Boys, just because of how it's shot.
well, it's one of my 3, but it's not the one I was thinking about actually.
It's my second favorite movie of the year, so I would love for it to get it in there. And it's so creative in the way that they do it. So I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna say no.
You gonna say no on that? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you, Ross?
No,
All
I'm
right.
saying no also.
Okay. So damn.
Although it is very, very close.
Yeah.
It's a tight category. When you're only
Yeah.
fighting over like one spot, it's hard to not say no.
That's true.
So I'll bring up this other one. I think there's always the one that always stands out for cinematography. And there's always just the one movie that may not have chances for the top tier categories.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be Maria.
Okay. Interest. Yeah. I mean, hey, he got it in there for El Conde last year.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
what do you think on that one, Ross?
no.
Really?
Tristan, what do you think?
I'm saying yes. I think that's going to be Maria's 1 nomination.
I'm gonna keep things interesting because honestly, I feel like Angelina Jolie was like the biggest push for Maria, and because she kind of died, I feel like the movie kind of died. And
Well, Angelina is still alive. I'm not.
She, bro, I don't know. She's pretty dead in my book right now.
No.
We're
I'm
hearing
saying
some bad
the
news
actress-
on this.
the person
yeah.
herself.
She's still alive. Oh, yeah.
She's alive. She's still
She
fine.
is alive. She is still alive. She is still living, but her chances having them,
Yeah, it's pretty much
dead. So, so yeah, so Chad, it's kind of up to you. What do you think?
Sorry, I was on a different screen. Maria, yeah, no, I'm actually in the same boat as Wolfman here. That like I think its biggest shot was Angelina, just because you had Natalie Portman and Kristen Stewart both getting in for his like trio kind of films, and it's kind of shocking that Angelina Jolie just kind of isn't like a lock here. So I feel like because of that I'm not sure if it's going to get really anything. Although, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it did get something, like something here.
Yeah.
So, well, unfortunately, the last one I'm thinking about is Amelia Perez.
Sounds good to me.
No,
There was one more.
way.
There was one more I
Or
wanted to
those
bring
two?
up. No, there's one more I wanted to bring up that I think has a really good shot, and it's like there's stuff for the lighting on the stage or stuff for like certain. I think a complete unknown. I think that one could end up being almost like a trial of Chicago 7 choice, and kind of just like sneak in there for.
Well, we're getting that one though too.
What?
Challengers.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Probably not gonna happen.
I
Although I would love it.
I would love it too, but I don't know if it gets in there. And then what if Wicked gets in there despite they're just
no.
Wicked is on the lineup of potentials. Like, it's a slightly ugly looking movie, but like it's been getting it anyway. So I don't know.
Oh God, I would rechange my vote to Nickel Boys right now if we're gonna have Wicked in there.
It's not on my list. I don't think it should be in there, but
so in that case, are we going a complete unknown or Amelia Perez of those two? Which one do
you know what? I'll rechange my. We haven't given much love to Nickel Boys. I'll rechange it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I saw the trailer in the theater and it looks stunning.
I just saw the movie today and it's visually stunning. Like if you see it, you're gonna be blown away by how it's shot. As long as you're open to the style of it. I wonder if it might be a little too stylized for some people, but the cinematography branch is voting on these nominations, so they're gonna vote for stuff that they think is the coolest looking stuff. So I could see it for sure.
Yeah.
They're a very keen group. So
so keen. I could see a world where the Girl with the Needle doesn't get a international, but it gets like cinematography. I could see that just getting a fist slot all of a sudden, but just because it's like black and white and they love black and white shot type stuff. But so if you're changing it to Nickel Boys, Chad said Nickel Boys, and I say Nickel Boys earlier. So I guess we'll put in Nickel Boys as our fifth slot then. To think on that. Cool.
I'm not sad about it.
Over Wicked cinematography, yes, I will do that.
Please, thank you. Yes.
So then
that's divisive. That is divisive as heck.
Sure.
Okay, so that's it. So we get to the top categories, right?
Category.
Yeah, we got screenplays next. So we'll run through. Do you want to do original first or adapted? Which one? I guess adapted since you're adapted. So we'll do adapted first. So adapted screenplay, I'm pretty confident in
Conclave.
And I'm pretty confident in Dune Part 2, honestly. I think that I don't know. I feel like that one
I have it in the lower end, but yes, I am confident as well.
Yeah.
Amelia Perez?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Some of that dialogue is just silly, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sing Sing.
The Sing Sing, Sing Sing. I think it getting the BAFTA nom really helped. Like the film seemed like it was dead for a while, but I think it getting the BAFTA nomination really helped it a lot.
Yep. And then even if he missed a supporting actor, Clarence Macklin could still be an Oscar nominee.
Yeah, because he is a writing credit.
No. I'm saying no. He wrote this.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
he wrote the movie. Yeah. So, and you froze up there, Jonathan. Oh, cool. You're good.
Okay. No. Well, I was saying that I'm not as confident about that, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But Sing Sing, I'm confident in the screenplay.
Cool.
I can get it in there.
Chad, do you think Sing Sing?
I know I'm overruled. Yeah. I'm not sure if Dune 2 is getting in there. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's lower end for me.
Yeah, I'm not confident it's getting in, but I think it's on the lower end for me too.
Actually, you know what? Let's debate something. I want to do a debate. All right, we're going to debate two movies. We're going to debate two movies real quick. Dune 2 or A Complete Unknown. because I could see a world where a complete
Okay,
unknown.
my
gets
Okay, my
adapted.
problem with the Complete Unknown is that while it is a good movie, most of that movie is singing.
Yeah, but then there's
So-
also like him being like, "You got to play your heart out to know what the music feels like," and they'll be like, "Oh, that's like an amazing line. That was so
Oh
inspirational."
my God, Bob Dylan, you're a genius.
And it's like you know they're gonna like he says that quote that like makes them all freak out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's like the most inspirational thing he ever said to film," and all that stuff. So
One of those.
so I don't know.
Well,
What are y'all thinking? Are
I
y'all
don't
thinking?
think so. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You know,
No, I don't think so.
I think because I'm feeling a complete unknown
Or-
picking up massive.
Yeah,
steam
yeah. You know what? Now rethinking it, I think both could get in.
in both. Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Because
yeah,
I was-
because
yeah.
like you said, it's the momentum.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was also between a complete unknown or Nickel Boys. That's like the other.
And then Nickel
Yeah,
Boys
Nickel
is just
Boys.
there. I mean,
They did get the BAFTA nom for adapted screenplay, but so did a complete unknown. So I think
yeah. But
That's
no,
one
how
of
many
those
people are
things
talking about Nickel Boys though?
yeah. So what are y'all feeling? Are y'all feeling Nickel Boys or complete unknown then? All right.
I feel like Complete Unknown over Nickel Boys. Are we feeling Sing Sing? Is that out?
Chad, what
Because
are you
Sing Sing or
thinking?
Nickel Boys is my debate.
Between a complete well, I have both.
Yeah.
No, I just have Nickel Boys actually, but I'm thinking about putting a complete unknown in
Yeah.
there. I'm weird. I have like a fifth spot that is one of my like hopeful ones. That's probably not going to get in.
Oh God, what is it?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
Wicked.
Okay, so the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the play. All
The
right.
play, yeah.
Adapted from the play.
the
Yeah.
The play.
I agree on Conclave. You guys got it. I agree on Sing Sing. I have Nickel Boys. I don't have a complete unknown yet. I'm thinking about putting it in. I might swap that Wicked out for that, and then I also have Amelia Perez. But I don't have Dune 2, although I do think that was incredibly well adapted. So I don't know.
I mean, they say
don't
that the second half was like the weakest part of the book. People say that, and then people
Yeah.
now say like this is a great second half.
We
Yeah.
made it better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of achieved.
Yeah.
Denis achieved the impossible in a way.
So yeah, there's that, and then also the Academy is getting a lot more international. I mean, they're already going to have Amelia Perez in
Yeah,
there,
they're
but but I'm Still Here is one that could maybe sneak in if that decided to like be a fifth slot contender because it's based on like I think the son's memoir. He wrote like what happened to his dad, and it's like a personal story, and that was like a memoir that he wrote or something. Or I forget if it was like the woman that wrote it about her husband or something, but it was like one of the Pavia families wrote this memoir that it's based on, and it was, and that's could be what makes it a really kind of powerful connection there, but.
I think I'm fine with the Complete Unknown.
Yeah,
It's the
I think so.
momentum. It's that momentum.
I think so too. So Complete Unknown will be the other one in there for us. So then we have original screenplay, and
Okay. Well,
this one
I think there's like three, or no, yeah, three. Like duh.
Yeah, which is Nora, The Brutalist, and A Real Pain. Those ones
Yes.
we just kind of throw in there
Those three,
because we know those ones for sure are getting in.
And then the fourth one, I think the Substance will get in.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident on
I'm
Substance. That'd be
pretty
great.
confident
Yeah,
at this point.
All
the
four of those, yeah.
The
Yeah, I
Substance has been getting into places in screenplay, and
Mhm.
in one screenplay it can. So that like
There will be riots if Substance
Okay.
misses here.
The one I'm having a good feeling about is September 5.
Yes.
I also have that in mind.
I have seen September 5, and I can tell you it pretty much is an all screenplay movie, like screenplay and editing. It's like there's really no amazing stuff with the directing. There's no amazing, like, the acting's good, but like really where it stands out is
It's kind of it's kind of funny, that movie, because it's basically like if someone wanted to combine Good Night and Good Luck and Munich together.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely no, that's a accurate comparison.
Because it's about the events of Munich.
Yeah.
But I also
before
wanted
Munich.
I also wanted to throw out, though, Mike Lee is a household name, and they go with hard truths. Yeah.
Good. That movie's amazing too.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't hear that much about that screenplay though.
Yeah, only just that one actress.
True.
Which again, I don't know.
And it's bleaker, and they don't campaign, so we can just
Okay, so now we're in the acting categories.
Now we're in the acting categories. So let's do, I guess, supporting actress. Yeah.
No, actually, I want to start with supporting actor because that's easy. It's actually kind of easier.
That is easier. Because there's 4.
Yeah, who's winning this one? Let's guess.
At this point,
Kieran
Culkin.
Mm-hmm.
You can put him in there.
Yeah,
Borisov is a lock at this point. He's got an
Yora. Yeah,
there's 3 locks in my opinion.
And then Edward Norton is
that's the other one
for sure. Is hands down a lock. And then it's debatable on the 4 and 5.
I think Guy Pearce is going to get in.
Yeah,
I think so. I think him missing SAG isn't really going to do a whole lot.
I'm thinking of the Michelle Williams thing, the Fablemans.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she missed. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think so, because he got in at BAFTA, and BAFTA honestly is starting to become an even stronger like precursor than I feel SAG is.
Okay.
So
the 5th slot, it's not as hard as you may think, actually.
Yeah,
there is one actor that is actually gaining steam at the right time.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think there's only one person left in this category. It was debatable throughout the year, but now it's gonna be who we got. Whose turn is it?
I forget.
Me?
Oh, it's you. Okay, who do you have?
Okay, so I thought about this long and hard, and okay, I'm gonna say this: Denzel, adios, bye, Denzel.
Correct.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be Jeremy Strong.
Oh, I do too.
That's not who I have. Interesting.
He's gaining steam.
He is gaining steam. I have seen the movie now, and that is my favorite male supporting performance I've seen this year.
It is one of my stronger, one of my favorites too.
Like he is so good. He's a monster, but he is so good. Like holy crap, he is good that way.
He's on my list too.
What do you think?
And he's like the runaway performance of the movie. Like Sebastian Stan as Trump is obviously very good, but you walk out of that being like, damn, Jeremy Strong was just great in that. And he brings, and I think it'll help too that Roy Cohen's a person that we don't necessarily know a ton about his inner life necessarily. Like unless you're paying attention to like the history of these people, you might not know Roy Cohen that well. And he's giving you this really like energized and deranged, but also like weirdly sympathetic look at this guy. Like his performance carries this movie so much.
And I honestly, I think he's pretty much became lock territory after he got
Globes,
SAG and BAFTA and Globes. Like, and I mean, he missed Critics' Choice, I think, but like he didn't need that. He only he got still the other ones that he needed.
I'm actually curious what Chad's was.
Yeah.
Oh, Clarence Macklin.
I would love for that to happen, but I mean, it's not in the card.
I think it's going to.
I just think that the Globe snub and the SAG snub and the BAFTA snub are all just really hurt him. Like he's hasn't gotten in anywhere. And we're going to talk about somebody else soon, just a second, who hasn't gotten anywhere else, but at least she has won a major award. And we'll talk about her in a second with Fernanda Torres, but we'll get to that. But that's a different situation where she at least has won a major precursor unlike, and even if she hasn't gotten anywhere else, unlike, you know,
I have a
Gotcha.
feeling. I have a feeling. I know what Chad would swap with, with for Clarence Macklin. I know which actor.
Huh?
yeah, Jonathan Bailey.
No. For this 5.
Oh, for the 5. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think because you're not a fan of Norton, right?
Oh no. It would be Jeremy Strong.
Oh, okay.
Because I just don't think that. I mean, you guys make a good case about the precursors, but I'm just not sure, like, at like the whole like awards body, if like they're really going to be high on actually watching the Trump movie.
Yeah,
So I'm
but
just not
also-
sure.
But also, Jeremy Strong has been there, for a little while now, and a lot of people praise his acting abilities.
I
Whereas
think that aversion.
Whereas
I think
Macklin
that
is like,
aversion to the Trump movie is gonna kind of be dead by the time this happened. Like people were when it first came out, people were probably like, "Oh, I'm not watching that. That morally offends me." But like it's been so many months now, and Trump's been in our brains so long that I feel like people are gonna be like, "You know what? Fine, I'll watch it."
Yeah.
and then more people like
Maybe.
it actually, surprisingly.
No, I agree. And
And then like I like all these except for like most of them are all supporting performances except for the one that's probably going to win. He's not supporting.
I agree. But we can do supporting actress, and then afterwards, Chad, if you do have to go.
No, we're close. I can
feel
finish
free to.
up.
Yeah, this
Okay,
one
cool.
I don't know.
I know. I'm
Let's
like,
put
yeah,
Saldana
yeah.
and Grande. Let's just put those
Yeah,
two.
Saldana Grande, and then I feel at this point Rosalini.
Isabel,
Honestly,
yes.
Isabel
Also,
Rossellini.
given
Yeah.
the David Lynch news, the recent David Lynch news, I think also, yeah.
Wait, say that again. I have Zoe
So-
Saldana,
Ariana
Ariana Grande, and
Grande.
who else?
Ariana, and then
Isabella Rossellini.
Isabella.
Oh yeah.
Isabella Rossellini.
Yeah,
That one's baffling. She's like she doesn't really do anything in the movie. I think it's just like a legacy nomination for her. No hate
it's Judd
towards
Hirsch
her as an
in The
actress.
Fabelmans. It's Judd Hirsch in The Fabelmans.
No, because Judd Hirsch actually has like an important scene. I feel like she doesn't even really have that in Conclave.
Unpopular
No,
opinion
she's
too.
got one
Isabella
or two.
Rossellini, though,
you don't think so? The curtsy scene? No.
Yeah.
Not really.
Isabella Rossellini, unpopular opinion, like Isabella Rossellini is good in Conclave, but I thought she's actually better in Spaceman.
Well,
Interesting.
well,
Yeah, I mean,
That's not
maybe
good.
I'll have to
That's not
rewatch
good.
Conclave, but I just didn't think she was anything really special, to be honest. That was a kind of a baffling.
even when she's not there, she's present.
So, but now it's like on to debating because
I don't
there's
want
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
I have
of
5
them
too.
that we honestly could, or maybe even 6 at this point, because Selena still is on the fence there, possibly.
Yeah, but she's like the
Um,
6th.
Yeah. So,
She's like yeah.
Yeah. So now we're like, because I was shocked that Jamie Lee Curtis has made it in BAFTA.
Where did she
and
come from?
at SAG? She just showed up as just a freight train and just completely went in and just has been dominating lately. And that movie has been picking up momentum because it just came out around voting time and everything like that. So I think it's her, Daniel Deadwyler, Monica Barbaro got in there for the SAG.
Margaret
and then,
Qualley, Felicity Jones,
Margaret Qualley, and then Felicity Jones for The Brutalist.
and Selena Gomez.
So which
You know what? I have a
Enjoy
feeling
film.
about. Actually, Ross should go first because he's.
yeah Ross. Out of those 6, what are you feeling on this?
I just have this weird feeling that Jamie Lee Curtis' name is going to pop up with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mhm.
I do want Felicity Jones also, but Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. What are you feeling, Tristan?
Yeah, the momentum for Curtis is just so strong right now. She took off out of nowhere, and it's not just gonna all of a sudden stop today. Like, and she got in for Everything Everywhere all at once. To clearly love Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's doing a lot more here than Everything Everywhere. She's a lot better here than she is in Everything Everywhere. She's more of like a central figure, kind of, than Everything Everywhere. Yeah, I think she's getting in.
Yeah. And honestly, yeah, I think that movie came out at the right time. I think it's picking up momentum, and I think that Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I feel like she's also going to be getting some sympathy votes because of what happened recently with her whole like house burning down and her whole like where she got where she-
the extended
rehab,
voting.
the rehabilitation place where she got clean was burnt to the ground. She made a whole statement about that, and so I think like stuff like that can also really benefit her when it comes to the final slot there.
I would have said no, actually, but
Chad, what would you have said?
I mean, I think she's on the bubble, but I mean, you guys make the strong case about how like she got in for Everything Everywhere, and like that
won.
was one of the more. Yeah, that's right. She won, and that was one of the more like baffling, like nominations and win about like there was a better like supporting performance in that movie and other movies as well that year, and she still was like an industry favorite. So I think it's yeah, she'll probably get in.
Yeah. The only other one I'd be willing to honestly debate is I feel Monica Barbaro.
That's
like
the one
just because she is playing Joan Baez, like a real person who people love, and just as much as Bob Dylan, and it's like they could have that whole complete package of, well, you can't have Joan Baez without Bob Dylan because they were both like a power couple or whatever. So they could have that kind of vibe to it. So
yeah, the thing. Okay, so yeah, because I believed at first I was like Margaret Qualley, and then she was picking up steam, and then boom, she dropped off. For like, what happened?
Yeah.
So, and then this newcomer, well, not newcomer, but younger actress like Monica Barbaro was like, she picked up steam a little bit, and people are predicting her.
And I think they are going to go 4 to 5 with SAG at least. So, so yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh wait, yeah. You're right. Yeah, because now, man,
Isabella didn't get the SAG, but I'm still predicting her. So, yeah.
Well, what are we trying to decide right now?
I think Barbaro or Jones. I think those are the two.
Yeah. I think Jones.
I'm feeling Barbaro.
For that news that really disturbed me about people shutting off, before the intermission, I'm gonna go Barbaro.
And I'm also gonna go Barbaro. So I think it's up to Ross.
No, it's Barbaro. 3. It's 3 actually.
Oh, I thought it went Jones 2 and
no. I said the disturbing news, given the fact that voters shut it off before the intermission.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is stupid, but
yeah,
because Jones is in the second half.
That's true. That's a heart pick because I thought she was incredible.
Yeah, me too.
And she has one like incredible scene that's like where she like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, like one of the final scenes. Yeah.
Oh okay, yeah.
Yes. So are we saying which one?
Monica Barbaro.
Monica Barbaro, yeah. I think she's the other one that's gonna
Barbaro, yeah.
In there and surprise.
Okay, actor's easy. So
yeah, support.
But I think it's that 5th slot again.
That 5th slot, it could go either way. So we'll talk about it. But just write out the 4.
Adrian Brody,
Timothy Chalamet, Ralph Fiennes, and Coleman Domingo.
Yep.
So
Fiennes.
Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
And Coleman Domingo.
Ralph Fiennes for
$200.
And then I think that honestly, you brought up a good point earlier about Sebastian Stan being in 2 roles. I think that he would cancel each other. I think he's gonna maybe cancel himself out with the votes. I think that it's like they don't know which to vote for with The Apprentice or A Different Man. I think it just might be the SAG 5. Honestly.
Yeah, this is the one that I feel like is going to be the SAG 5 as well.
Yeah,
I would be ecstatic for Sebastian Stan to get either or, but there is a slight hesitation where I think queer was too weird for audiences.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm,
I mean,
I haven't seen it though. So
I know.
I've
Yeah,
heard about it. I haven't seen it either, but
I haven't seen it, but I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Like apparently, it's some
I did
people
see
were
Queer, and it's very confrontational what it's showing you, and long too. So I think it's turning some of the general audience off. But Daniel Craig is genuinely very great in it, and he's like transformative. He looks different. He sounds different. He moves different. You know, he's giving one of those like extremely different performances. But I also think the fact that people just aren't really seeing it could hurt him. So I personally have Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice getting in for my slot, but I think it's mostly because I saw Queer. I really like Queer, but as I was watching it, I was thinking like this is not a movie that like general audiences, the average person is going to watch this and be like, I don't know what I got out of that if they even finish it.
Or
you know?
you mean the academy, the acting branch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true because that's my biggest hesitation towards Daniel Craig is like these are actors voting on acting, and
Yeah.
I think especially Craig is just like genuinely really well liked, and I think people might just be like, you know what, it's time for Craig to get a nomination. Sebastian Stan is still pretty young in his career relatively, so he's gonna have some shots in the future. Maybe they're gonna just want to do a love letter to Craig. So those are my two debates: The Apprentice and Craig. I'm of two minds about it. It's hard to really make up your mind there, but I went with The Apprentice.
I could
I'm
see
just
your
gonna go with Tag 5.
I could see your point on what you're saying with The Apprentice because he is really good in the film. I don't think he's Oscar worthy. I think he is really good. Jeremy Strong was like the standout though for me. I think he is even better in A Different Man. I think that is the one that would be more deserving of a nomination if it was up to me. But I feel like he did get the Globe and he did get the BAFTA nom for The Apprentice. And so it looks like the international voting body is really leaning towards The Apprentice. And we have to remember the Academy has become very international in it recently. So
We'll get to actress in a moment.
I think the
So
political
we'll
timing
get to
is
that,
important too. You know, like
yeah.
the fact that the election just happened. You know, he just got sworn in. He's in the conversation. People are scared, and people are talking about him a lot.
You could also argue though, like will they want to nominate Trump? Because they're not like by nominating Sebastian Stan, you're nominating Trump basically.
Look,
Because he's playing.
I'm gonna stick with Craig, but it'll be very impressive if Sebastian Stan gets in because of the uphill battle that he had to go, you know, during his campaign, which was unfair to him because he did give a really good performance. It's not his fault. So,
I'm curious to hear what Ross. What do you think on this?
I think it'll be Daniel Craig, but I think that I think there's like a 90 there's a 51% chance. No, a 49% chance that it's actually a Stan, but I'm gonna go with Craig. You know, I think it's Craig.
All right, yeah. So we'll do SAG
Mr.
5
Bull.
there, so now we go up to actress, which is
it's getting a little easier than you think, actually. But I have an
out the 4 because the 4 is at least very easy. It's just like actor where the 4 is easy. You got Demi Moore, you got Mikey Madison,
Carla Sofia
Gascon, and then
I think Fernanda Torres is the 4th.
Oh, really? Over Cynthia?
Yes.
Okay. I do have Fernanda Torres in there because I looked up statistics and like apparently in like the last 20 years or something or 25 years or something, only 3 times when an actress has won Best Golden Globe Drama Actress didn't go on to be nominated at the Oscars. That was only 3 times that's happened.
Which also included last year, right? With Sandra Fuller, right?
Yeah. So something along those lines. So that's so it's only like 3 times if that's ever happened. And like I said, Sony Pictures Classics, they love to get an actor in there. There's always like for whatever, like look at the Penelope Cruz route, right? Penelope Cruz I think she missed like a tons of places, and people
And then
were
she
like
got in.
scared about it. They're like, "Oh shoot,
Yeah.
she's not going to get in for Parallel Mothers," and then she did get in.
She did get in.
So yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm leaning for Nina Torres.
Okay, so the one I am putting Arrivo in 5th with a chance she may get snubbed.
Yeah. What are you all thinking about that?
I like that 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I have her in. That's my 5 right there. So Pamela Anderson is a nice little black
He's not going to get
outside shot, but
it is sad though that Jamie Lee might get in over Pamela, and it's like it's Pamela's vehicle. That whole movie is Pamela's vehicle, I feel, but it's like kind of sad.
But also think about it: if Arrivo doesn't get nominated and Grande gets in, it's the Barbie effect again.
That's true.
So,
what about you, Chad? What is that? Your 5?
That's my 5, but I still have Arriva at 4 and Taurus at 5. But it doesn't really matter. I think they're. I think those top 3 are like the 3. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. So now we're gonna move on to director. Where
unfortunately, there's 4.
there is 4. So well,
Brady
actually,
Corbett.
yeah. So there's Brady Corbett and there's Sean Baker, Edward Berger, and Jacques.
And
yes,
Jacques. Or do you think there's a chance he's snubbed?
I don't think at this point there is.
Audiard, no.
I think at this point, I think Audiard, he's gotten in everywhere. It's like at this point, I just don't think it's. I think the one DGA snub that's going to happen is James Mangold. I think,
and there's
Berger.
There's no way you guys think that the AI news hurts Corbett.
No, because it was done.
Yeah.
Voting was
right out Berger too, Edward Berger.
Do you guys all have conclave on your list?
That's true.
Yes, I do.
It just could hurt him for the win. That's right.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Yeah, I think more him than Brody because it's not Brody's fault.
Correct.
Now it's up to I want to throw out this. All right, I think that they're gonna do a woman director, and I want to throw you my 2 picks.
But I don't think it's who you think is gonna be.
Here's
I think it is.
Here it is. So they are gonna do a woman director. I feel,
yes.
but I feel like we are now gonna have to debate between Coralie Farge or Payal Kapadia.
I think it's gonna be Payal.
Because again they're very, especially remember that one year that like Thomas Vinterberg got nominated for another round and people were like, what the fuck? Or like
I was happy.
Or the dude from Triangle of Sadness. Oh, I was too. Or like the dude from like Triangle of Sadness where it's like he got in there.
That was I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Nominated and stuff. And like so the Rupert Austin. So like they seem and now they already do technically have that with Jacques Audiard.
Mm-hmm.
But
sometimes there's 2.
There's sometimes cases of 2. Like I think that happened with Anatomy of Fall and Zone of Interest. I think both of them got into director, if I remember correctly.
I mean, Coralie Farge is also international, though.
She is as a person, she is international too.
But the thing is, it's not treated as an international feature.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't know.
Again, I would not rule out Mangold or Villeneuve, but
I know, but I Villeneuve, I feel like he's not going to be. And I feel like Ramel Ross.
A lot of people are going to get mad once again.
I feel like Ramel Ross, that whole thing.
I think that's
dead too. But I feel like it's just like he's not been getting the kind of momentum he needs. So, Tristan, I want to pass it to you. What are you between those two? What are you feeling?
It's tough for me because at the moment I have them both in, and I have Conclave missing. And I know that's like a hot take, but it's a difficult category. And but I do think The Substance has a higher shot just because it's getting nominated and other stuff. And I think they're going to want to show love to the person who kind of brought that together. I think All We Imagine is Light is still getting in because of like the narrative around it. But I think that would get in purely off of the narrative, less so than like the Academy loving the movie itself, I think. So for me, just the fact that the Academy it seems to be loving The Substance I am feeling the substance here. Overall, I imagine. Like I do have them both in, but if I was gonna pick one, I would pick the substance.
Also, I just realized that I totally forgot they snubbed Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, that's why I'm not confident because
So-
that's a much more like
Yeah,
showy
but
directed movie.
I don't think that's gonna happen this time.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked
Like-
again because
Yeah.
Berger. That would be so unlucky for Berger with
That would be-
That'd be
Villeneuve.
bad.
It would be.
You know,
Ross, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling, like Chloe Farget gets in.
Chloe Farget? I'm feeling, like I said, we haven't really done a lot of surprises, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking too. Like,
When we've been going through these lists, we haven't really done a lot of surprises. So honestly, I'm going Payal Kapadia. I think that
Let's
one's
do it.
going to kind of surprise, and people are going to be like, "What?" And that's going to be like a it's
Plus,
international.
So are you just superseding it?
But,
'cause
Oh
like,
wait, we
because it
still have
seemed-
to because we're tied up,
'cause it
aren't we?
seemed-
no, well, it's up to me. Is it up to me? Or
let's see. It's let's see. So Chad had Farget, right? And then
Yes.
Ross
I
had
had Farget.
Farget, and then
Wolf
and
had
then
Payal.
I had Payal. and
I
then-
had both of them on there though, so I'm totally willing to
Oh,
swap my
oh.
vote.
Oh
okay.
yeah, you had both of them on there.
So
So
it's up to me.
yeah,
Oh fuck. Okay.
So the
Uh,
only reason that I wanted to because you guys brought up another round, but the thing about it is because I think you guys could be right that Payoff could make it in, but I think like another round, it actually won best international feature. The other one wasn't even shortlisted. So
but it's already taken care of with audio. It's already
Yeah.
expected.
and I know that.
It's not gonna be a
And
surprise.
I know there's a lot of backlash. Like a lot of people are saying, like, India, how did you screw it up again? Kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's
Kinda
been winning
like
so
people-
many other shows. Like
Yeah, and it's been showing up in all these different kinds of places, and both of them missed the BAFTA. So I was hoping they would both get in there. One of them would get in there to help me determine it more. But I feel like just because both of them missed it, that's not really a big help. But she did get the Globe. But Farget also got the Globe, so it makes it
toss up.
What was
It's
the
awesome.
BAFTA?
the BAFTA lineup. I mean, look that up again.
I know they both did not get in DGA.
Yeah, they both did not get in there.
So
Man,
I know Villeneuve is in there.
Yeah, he is, but I don't have him in for here. I don't think he's gonna.
No.
Be in
Oh,
there.
wait, actually, Chloe Farget got in.
She did get in at the
She did,
BAFTAs.
right?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, because she did get in at the BAFTAs, I may have to.
Okay, you know what?
So she's
I'll
the
decide
first
on this. I think Wolf is right that we haven't done a lot of surprises, and directors are also another keen branch. They could trick you a little bit, and they could trick us
Mhm.
because the Vinterberg one came out of nowhere. So did Triangle of Sadness, and also the Civil War. By the way, we forgot to bring that up. Pavlikovsky.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do one surprise. Payal Kapadia.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll do a Payal Kapadia. See how that plays out for us. But
Oh, well, look, Farget is
That
in
would
my
not be-
personal 5.
she is in my.
But-
I would not be surprised if she.
I'm just predicting what the Academy is going to do.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah.
All
So I guess now we're on to pitcher.
8.
That's fine.
Basically, let's just put in the 8.
Yeah, 8 is locked in there by now.
So
So we got
Honora,
Honora,
Brutalist,
Brutalist,
Conclave.
Conclave, Wicked,
Dune
Dune
Part
Part 2,
2,
and
Amelia
then,
Perez,
Amelia Perez.
Wicked. Oh, I know. You already put Wicked.
Yeah.
The Substance, I think.
Yeah,
It's
Substance.
gaining- And
this
then
point.
I put a Complete Unknown.
Yeah, complete unknown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lock now at this point.
Okay.
There's one I'm honestly feel like is now now. It wasn't before, but now I feel we can say it's locked territory
You think a real pain?
because of it getting both or all three Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, and PGA. If it only ended up getting like one of those or maybe two, it would be up for debate. But I think because of all three, like that is three big precursors. I think a real pain is in there.
I
Yeah,
agree.
and
I have it
I
in there as
actually
well.
have it in my 10, but yeah.
I do as well. And it's cool because Searchlight always gets one, but here they get two.
Yeah. So a real pain is one that we got in there. Now we just got to come up with that final slot, and it's like
It's
right
kind of
now-
heartbreaking, actually.
right? Yeah.
There's
this
so
is
many
very
ones you want to get
heartbreaking.
in there, but it's like you got to be realistic too.
I know.
It
I
hurts.
have three that I want in there. I have three that I want in there for that one. So it's really hard.
And it's really hard because there's like, yeah,
Wait,
there's
four now.
there is
think it's-
about
I think there may be 4.
yeah there,
Yeah, for me it's four. Yeah.
You know?
yeah for I think there's about I think there's 3 that are actually have a chance though of actually
Yes,
sneaking
3
in.
and maybe 1 like sneaky outside the box one.
Yeah. So the 3 that I wanted to mention in there that I feel are my third that I'm going to mention is probably one that y'all aren't thinking, but September 5,
That's one of my favorites.
Sing Sing. Actually, no, I have 4, and then Nickel Boys, and then the 4th one that I have is All We Imagine Is Life.
Yep,
If
you
we're
got all
thinking
my
that
4.
way, those are the 4 that I'm thinking are could sneak in there. So
I've got my eye slightly on Nosferatu just because the reception has been so strong. I could see like maybe it sneaks into that last slot. If people are
think
just
so.
like really high on it in the last couple of weeks, maybe.
Why?
Because I mean, the reviews have been ecstatic, but between just the production, the acting, the makeup, everything we've been talking about it all night. You know, it's sneaking into a few categories, and I don't see why maybe it sneaks into a couple here and there, and all of a sudden it sneaks into picture. I think that's possible. If it gets a lot of technical categories, makeup, I think it's a potential sneak. It's not on my 10th slot, but it's like on the edge of like one of those dark horses that I wouldn't be entirely shocked to see it get in just because the reception has been so high and the voting happened like as that was happening, right? Like as Nosferatu is peaking in terms of public awareness and adoration, voting was happening. That's my only logic for it.
So you think that it could pull off that Nightmare Alley thing?
Yeah, that thing where it's like
I
it
have
doesn't
it.
get into
I
a
have
ton
it at
of
like
the shows,
15,
but here it is.
14. So yeah, it's a
Where
possibility.
do you guys have challengers at though?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Challengers is my 15. Nosferatu is like my yeah. Right now it's a place like that, so I can see
Challengers
it.
is dead. I think that's dead.
So,
I don't know. I don't
know.
know what to do with this one, to be honest.
I don't know either. This is the hardest 10 slot because are they really going to go 10 for 10 2 years in a row with PGA? Like,
What's
are
the
they?
10th one?
The 10th one at PGA was this is all the 9, and then it was September 5.
I don't
Like-
think so.
Like,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
yeah,
So, like, should we all just say a movie and
yeah. Let's
keep
all just say
changing
okay. So
until-
let's all just
Okay.
say let's all just say a
Let's
movie.
just
Let's
start
go
from bottom to top. You know?
Yeah. We'll all say a movie, and then whichever one gets the most out of those 4. So we have September 5, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing, and All We Imagine Is Light. So, Chad, which one do you think?
most likely I think Sing Sing, but then I would say September 5 could pull an upset on Sing Sing.
All right. And Jonathan, what do
Okay, I'm not gonna say Nickel Boys because there's been really just no word about it, so that's
Mhm.
out. All We Imagine Is Light is a very sneaky surprise, but I'm not gonna rule that out. So I'm between 2 of them. Okay, the reason why I'm going Sing Sing is because that I think they want that little hopeful indie darling, that is just positive and uplifting. And there has been more talk about it, with re-release dates, and then this historical thing where big offer this movie to like prisoners, these inmates for free, just to watch it. Maybe it could actually feel better about themselves. And there has been just a little momentum regarding its strategy for Sing Sing, and also we don't have that many. It's not as well, maybe except Amelia Perez, but it's not as diverse as you think here. So, you know what? I'm just gonna put Sing Sing. Yeah, and also I'm looking at these movies. Like most of them are, kind of downer endings, except for like 2 of them.
Yeah. And they may want that positivity after like the election and all that stuff, that they might try to lean that way. So
because I'm actually including Wicked as one of the downer endings. It's like it's not as happy as you think.
yeah. Oh, and also September 5 has a downer of an ending. Like
but we can't change history. I mean,
I know, but we can't change history, but it's still a downer history, downer ending. Like it's Ross, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Sing Sing.
Okay, and then what are you, Tristan?
I am feeling September 5. I think it's got like that tight thriller kind of energy. It's like a true movie, like one of the real time kind of thing. And I think it's supposedly extremely tense. And I think it has that like I mentioned, like a dad movie kind of vibe that would go for the older voters in the academy. We have a lot of like, the substance and stuff that's kind of appealing to like the younger bursting new voters. But I feel like you got to go for something that's going to appeal to all like the old school voters who just want like a movie that you'd watch on FX and be blown away by type of movie. And I think September 5 is that movie this year.
It's also Paramount, and they don't have really anything else to push other than September 5. And the thing is too is they could pick it as a politically charged pick too. They could say something of a Trump's trying to close off our borders, trying to do stuff like that. He's trying to stop. Like they could find a way to do like to make it a political kind of way of voting. So
that doesn't that cover Conclave though? In a way.
In a way. Yeah. I could see that. I mean, I was gonna be the weirdo and say all we imagine is light, just because I think that was like.
So we end up as a tie, basically.
But we ended up, as a tie. But
it's really up to you then. Again.
Let's see. Wait. So Chad, which one you said? Sing Sing, right?
No, I said Sing Sing.
Oh,
but then I said September 5 could be an upset. So that would be like my second choice. I guess I cheated. Sorry.
Yeah. No, and then I know that
Sing Sing.
Jonathan said Sing Sing, and then Ross, did you say Sing Sing or September 5?
Yes, I did. I said Sing Sing.
All right. So it's Sing Sing, but I also think I would have gone with September 5. I think
it's a toss up. It really is crazy.
I would have gone with them because it's like I'm not gonna be shocked because also if you look at that lineup of Best Picture, I could see it being the PGA 10 because the PGA 10 was also the Globes 10. So it's like one of those things of matching the Globes. I could see. Because they left out. I forgot they left out Nickel Boys. So
I think Sing Sing benefits too from the fact that it's guaranteed at least one other nomination. And September 5, All I Imagine is Light. I don't think you're guaranteed any nominations this year. But Sing Sing, Coleman's getting in no matter what happens, right? So there's at least something that's going to carry Sing Sing into the conversation, and maybe like more people are watching it purely because of Coleman. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, there's a chance that Nickel Boys gets blanked. There's a chance All I Imagine is Light gets blanked. There's a chance that September 5 gets blanked. There is. So, but there is an absolute lock of a category for Sing Sing. So,
yeah. Actually, that is a good point. I think at least 2, actually.
Yeah, because I think adapted screenplay too. Yeah. So, and I feel like that's all you really need to be a Best Picture package is lead actor, adapted screenplay, and picture, and that's like all you really need. So yeah, I think that's a solid 10. So our 10 for best picture is Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Wicked, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, The Substance, The Complete Unknown, A Real Pain, and Sing Sing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't think they're nominating Dune again.
Yeah.
Tristan, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
I've only got a couple months left of making people mad about Amelia Perez. You know, I've got to make the most of it.
Yeah. EDM said would have also gone with September 5. So, it's close. It's close. We'll see.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of afraid, like, I am anticipating if they do September 5 that they're going to do the Oscar So White news thing again. And,
Yeah, I get that because it's.
It is depressing when it comes down to it, and it's like all of the
not
non-white movies got to
Amelia
fight.
Perez,
You know,
sorry.
Was there? Yeah, that. But also, I was going to say also the whole cast of September 5 is basically white.
Yeah, but again, I mean, you can't change it. But Wicked is also actually diverse, as you think. So Wicked, Dune Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, Dune 2. So
even Conclave was a diverse cast. You know,
yeah, it was international.
White guys in the leads, but
it's really international because obviously they're all from different countries and
yeah, and the guy who was elected pope at the end, and and then of course there
and then there's also like that subplot with the African cardinal guy.
Yeah. So there's several of that. So yeah, I mean I feel not confident, but I feel I feel good about this 10.
I feel dangerously confident. Like I feel so confident that I'm not scared. You know, I shouldn't feel this confident, but I am. You know.
Yeah. I feel that. So
if you swap out Sing Sing for September 5, this is my 10. So I'm pretty much aligned with the list here.
Yeah, same. So we got 2 A24s and 2 Fox Searchlight or Searchlight movies in there. Yeah. So
that, and we got a movie, we got Netflix, Warner Brothers, Universal. Conclave is what? What is Conclave?
That's Focus Features.
Okay, Focus and Neon.
Yeah. So
everybody's here to play.
Nice. Everyone's here except for Paramount. Poor Paramount. So
go ahead and make it.
But they could if September 5 surprises, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then MGM, that was another reson why I was thinking Nickel Boys is because MGM usually gets in here.
But they kind of suck for some reason in campaigning.
Yeah.
Like two really great movies this year, and
last year they did
none of them are showing
American Fiction. So I don't
American
know why.
Fiction was like the outlier.
Yeah, but it also was it was once they won TIFF, they were like, oh, we got to campaign this movie hard. And they did.
And there you go.
And that was the thing that that MGM did. But I feel like they didn't really have that motivation with Nickel Boys. They weren't like, oh, it won this big festival award. Let's campaign it and push it hard. So then they just kind of dropped the ball on both their films. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in that and all of our Oscar predictions. So you guys can tune in on Thursday morning where we'll be up bright and early. For us, we'll be up at 5:30. For us, we will be up at 8 o'clock, getting ready to do the Oscar nominations live reaction. So that should be a lot of fun.
I'm getting nervous now.
I'm getting nervous too, but also really looking forward to it. So
yeah, this is the most nervous I am in a few years, actually.
Yeah, this is good. It's both. It's weird because it's both scary but also exciting. I'm excited that it's unpredictable.
Yeah, like I said, this is the first time in a little bit that is the most unpredictable, wacky award season.
And even in normal years, we're never perfect, right? We're always missing something. There's always one or two, whoa, what the hell? Where did that come from? Moments at the Oscar nominations. And what is that going to be in a year like this where there's already so much unpredictability? What are the upsets going to be? And I almost wonder, is there room for a crazy upset? Because there's just so many potential upsets out there that anyone that showed up, you'd be like, oh yeah, I kind of had them on the radar. I'm curious about do they have space for a holy shit kind of nomination. Nobody had on the radar.
Yeah, like that's why I was also.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why I was also thinking like, of like, what if? That's why what if Walter Salles, who's already well known for like Bicycle Thieves and a few other movies, like what if he got into like adapted screenplay or something like that, and it was like a complete shock, and there's like other stuff like that I could see.
Or a nice surprise like Adam Pearson,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna bring him up. You know, like he would be so cool as an Oscar nominee.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the husband from Menorah get in. He was very, very good in that.
Oh yeah.
Or the or the guy that
Toros.
looked like looked like Robert De Niro in
What?
Robert De Niro and Nora.
No, like Toros. Yeah, that guy.
Toros, he's great.
Yeah, I was like anybody, any supporting actor from Menorah, I'll be happy with.
Oh yeah.
What a stat cast of just like. I wish the casting Oscar was this year so I could give it to Menorah. You know,
Menorah. Saturday Night could be recognized, as an ensemble.
Unfortunately, Wicked's probably going to win SAG Ensemble, but just because it overperformed majorly.
I think so
too.
But I'll be ecstatic if it's Nora, though.
Oh yeah, same. I'll be super ecstatic. That would be interesting to see if like a different film wins at like all these, because I could see potential where maybe Brutalist and Amelia Perez won at the Globe, but then you get like at like Wicked winning SAG, and then you could get like
PGA.
a Nora winning Critics' Choice or something, and then
PGA would be, I don't know.
Yeah, something.
Conclave, I don't know. I was like, what?
Or because critics love the substance could win Critics' Choice, and then you could do like a Nora PGA or something, or Nora wins Critics' Choice, and then Conclave wins PGA, and it's like I could just see it going.
Then it'll be like the craziest one since that Nomadland year.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But yeah, so that'll do it, guys. That is our final Oscar nomination predictions for the 2025 Academy Awards. So definitely looking forward to seeing what is to come on Thursday, and then we will be back next week to talk about all of them, because we're super busy this week with a lot of stuff coming up. I am, and the channel is, so it should be a lot of fun what's coming up. But before I get to what we have going on, Chad, where can the people find you?
Yeah, real quick, because I'm about to jump out. I'll just say check out my channel, Cinema Chad, where I do rankings and stuff. And then also check out Welcome to Primetime, where I talk horror movies pretty much exclusively. And then check out the Dill Pickle Movie Network, where I do a Oscar show called Picture This, where we're trying to watch every single Best Picture nominee. Yeah, this was a great time. I think we had a lot of great discussions. I think hopefully a lot of what we predicted is there, but you never know. I think there might be a lot of surprises. We'll see. And it was good to see everybody I know again, and good to meet you, Tristan.
Good to meet you.
And yeah, I hope to be back at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
You will.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank you so much, man. This is great having you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So good.
Have a good night.
Yeah. And then Jonathan, where can the people find you, man?
Yeah, very civil night. Yeah, very civil discussion. No arguments out of hand. So that's great. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, except for Tristan pulling shit with the Amelia Perez stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
Look, the real blood will come out when we get to winner predictions. Okay, then we'll start to really get the claws going.
Let's wait till PGA. All right, let's just wait. Anyway, you can find me on social media threads on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, and Threads, and different variations of Scenic Arrow. Mostly Letterboxd. I just write reviews, write reviews, and Instagram. I do numerous stuff. I mean, Instagram, I do like some tournaments, and then probably tomorrow actually I'm gonna go out my personal predictions. That's most likely going to be from here for sure. Oscar predictions, and then Thursday I'll just sum up my feelings and let's see if I'll get hurt or I'll be ecstatic. And rarely I get ecstatic after Oscar nominations. But yeah, let's see what happens on Thursday. And then sometimes, you know what, I do very funny stuff with Best Picture stuff. So I always do Simpsons things, you know, because I'm a personal fan of The Simpsons. So I put Simpsons images, you know, just describing what each Best Picture movie is. Like, for example, I'll pick Wicked. Wicked. I have Maggie just flying out with, you know, because she's green, you know, flying with a broom. You know, that's Wicked. I mean,
That's fun.
basically. And then afterwards, I think Friday I'll do splices where I put a splice with the Best Picture nominee with some random one that feels like it's out of place or in place or whatever. Like I have some ready. The hardest one will be Amelia Perez because I don't know what to do with it.
Oh God, tell me about it.
I don't know what to do. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a busy week. I'm basically stuck here because of the icy snow conditions outside, and yeah, so that's it. I had a lot of fun here tonight. So thank you.
Thanks for coming on. It was a blast.
My pleasure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and also I'm gonna be on Movie Hero Network on Friday for the 2024 championship. And next week I'll discuss a David Lynch film because of his recent passing, Mulholland Drive, with
Great movie.
with Austin Petzold and Richie on Movie Hero Network as well. So
that's my favorite of the Lynch films. So that should be for sure.
Best to ever was out there. Sad, one of the saddest deaths. You know, sad to see him go, but he's got so many great movies to watch.
Yeah. I haven't seen this much outpouring for a director in a long time. In a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
yeah.
When was the last?
Yeah, do you know which one I can see that happening to? Two people, do which directors though? I can see like once when Scorsese and Spielberg goes, there's going to be this much outpouring.
Or
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, Eastwood.
That one's coming up. Ending on morbid notes tonight.
And then Miyazaki is also one. I could see him starting to get that kind of outpour because of his age. But
Ross, where can people find you? Don't make me sad.
Just find me on I'm actually you can find me on Facebook anywhere. Here I'm going to be on Jordan's channel on Wednesday tomorrow, and then on Friday too for the for the 2024, and then you can also find my letterbox at Ross BR. Yeah.
And then what about you, Tristan?
You can find me on most things at Worst Tristan. Find me on Letterboxd. Mostly that's where I post everything I watch. I'm like a couple movies behind, but mostly I post everything on there. I have like so many lists and rankings on there. So if you want to dive into my neurotic mind of movies, you can find me on there. Other social media stuff I don't do as much, but I'll be on here. I show up on this channel a lot. So if you guys want to see more of my takes, look for me on here because I'll be on here and on Thursday doing reactions. We're going to be doing our best and the worst of the year. Michael will go through all of that stuff with you. So I'll be here on some of that. So follow me here or on Letterboxd.
Yeah. It's we got a lot of fun stuff. This is the busiest. I think I'm going to give myself a week-long break in February because this is going to be really crazy because I've got on tomorrow, again, finishing off the part 2 series of 2024. So I'll be doing that on Jordan's channel. And then, of course, Friday is the championship. And then, of course, Thursday, we've got our worst. Well, after we do the Oscars reaction, we will also be doing our worst of the year that evening. So that's one thing that to look out for because we're going to start off with that. But then Saturday, we are doing a hidden gems kind of roundtable discussion because there's a lot of like under the radar hidden gems that came out from this year. That's like that just need to get a lot of love. So we're going to be doing that as a special episode. And then I'm going to be back on Austin Jordan's channel on Sunday for the top 12 of 2024 podcast. And then I think we agreed on Tuesday is when we're doing our our actual best of the year video. So that should be a lot of fun. So it's just going to be a really packed, crazy day. And oh yeah, Monday is the day that we're gonna finally get around to. It's just been such a busy week with all this end of the year stuff. Haven't gotten around to filming a Severance review yet, so we're gonna just do the first 2 episodes for you guys, like on Monday. So that's another thing too. So we'll do that on Monday, and then we'll do our best of the year on Tuesday. So a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, and yeah, you can
Busy
find
few days.
you can find most of these people here, and you'll definitely see Jonathan Caro back for some of this award talk stuff. So that should be fun, a fun time for sure. Thank you to all of you who tuned in and watched this. Let us know down in the comments below, what are your predictions for the Oscars. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think that we're right? Do you think we're wrong? What kind of surprises do you think is going to happen? What kind of snubs? Definitely sound off in the comments. We would love to read all your thoughts. And yeah, so and like this video, share it with friends, get the word out there, guys. We will see you all in the next one. Until next time, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching those movies.
Stay warm out there.
For real.